Playoff time has arrived in Texas. A 6-game march to glory stands in front of 12 teams across the state. But at the start of round 1, for 704 teams, the dream is still alive. 2 of them take the field tonight in 6A Division I as the Euless Trinity Trojans play host to the Keller Timber Creek Falcons on Friday Night Football. And with that, we welcome you inside the broadcast booth here at Pennington Field in Bedford. Mike Leslie alongside the former Lincoln High and Kansas State linebacker Heckma Harrison. Heckma, we have arrived at the playoffs, the by-district round. It gets tighter and tighter, and the level gets higher with each passing week from here.
No, absolutely. And you know what? All of these teams that have competed through district and gotten to this point, they come here with a brand new season. And I mean, you got to let all of the stuff that got you here behind and now take this on as a winner takes all. It is win or go home. And these are the moments in Texas high school football where legends are made.
These are 2 teams that kind of come into the playoffs on a roll, a combined 9-1 since the calendar turned to October. Timber Creek on a 5-game winning streak. Euless Trinity 4-1 since that point. They both played very difficult games early on in the season. In fact, if you look at Timber Creek's schedule, their only 3 losses this year are to teams ranked in the top 20 in the state rankings, and it's a similar story for Euless Trinity as well. These are 2 teams that are battle-tested and now have gotten things rolling.
And I think what you find is a lot of coaches, they like to make those tough early they call it preseason, right? Those tough early games versus those ranked opponents. It's a litmus test. You want to know where you are early in the season, and for both of these squads, they had that. For Euless Trinity on the other side, they faced the North Crowleys of the world. On the other side, for Fossil Ridge, they know what it's like to be in a lot of these battles. So again, these are 2 teams that are battle tested, that look, they look to make their mark and move on to the next round.
To that end, let's take a look at the bracket in 6A Division 1, Region 1. This is the bottom half of that quadrant of the bracket. You see Midland Legacy has already advanced to the second round. Allen and Arlington Martin also playing last night and getting wins. Allen in a 1-point win over Louisville in one of the best games of this first round of the playoffs. One of these two teams will fill that fourth and final spot in this part of the bracket and take on a Midland Legacy team that won handily over Montwood last night. This is a battle of differing styles, and it's worth noting, you and I are both sitting here in our Channel 8 jackets. It's a little chilly out here tonight. The weather has finally turned to feel like November. No rain in the forecast tonight, which matters because I think if there was, that would have played into Euless Trinity's hands. It's going to be dry tonight, which is going to allow Timber Creek's passing game. That's what they do well. It's going to allow them to be able to be efficient. Yeah,
for Euless Trinity, they have to make sure they're on their P's and Q's defensively. This Timber Creek offense is explosive. They spread the ball around. Doesn't matter if it's short passes or passes down the field. They're going to test your defense, and I think that's one of the big things that Coach Lineweaver comes into tonight that is front of mind.
Let's get you to our players to watch for tonight because it does have to do with those two facets for these two offenses. The passing game for Timber Creek and their stud wide receiver, Dozie Ezukanma, younger brother of Eric Ezukanma with the Dolphins, 3-star kid, super talented.
Yeah, it's in his blood. And you talk about this Ezukanma family, so many athletes in that Ezukanma tree, and he's just another one of those great talents in Texas high school football. A kid that goes 0 to 100 real quick, all right? And, short passes, long passes, he's the guy that can take the top off. They have to pay special attention to number 1. He is going to be that guy that gets this Falcons offense running.
Meanwhile, for Euless Trinity, this is a team that we got a chance to see earlier this season, and this young man, Josh Bell, their stud running back, is a kid we got a chance to see a lot of. They hand him the football time and time again. He is their workhorse.
And I'm sure that's why Coach Lineweaver was praying for rain in tough conditions, because when you have a running back like Bell, he is a guy that can go in between the tackles. He can make life difficult for you, even getting outside. Kid that has a ton of speed, but it's just tough and steady and gets stronger as he goes. Love to see his running style and can't wait to see him here in the first round of the playoffs.
The first round of the 2023 Texas High School Football Playoffs are just a matter of minutes away. When we return, the Haka, Euless Trinity's traditional pregame routine, coming your way next. Kickoff just after that as Euless Trinity and Timber Creek get set to do battle in the bi-district round of the playoffs on Friday Night Football.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses. It's the heart that makes up the game. The triumph of human spirit. It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify communities. We give you the stats, but inspire you with the stories, the unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable. We bring it to you all because sports lives in all of us.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
From Pennington Field in Bedford, the Euless Trinity Trojans play host for a first-round playoff matchup with the Keller Timber Creek Falcons. Euless Trinity just about to make their way out on the field. Youth teams from here in the Euless area joining them on the field. The Haka just a couple moments away as well, and we learned earlier this week in talking with their head coach Aaron Lineweaver that a former player, a former Euless Trinity Trojan, a gentleman by the name of Eric Fiello, who is also now an on-campus police officer here at Euless Trinity, will join the team as well. He played back in the heyday for Euless Trinity when they were winning state championships 3 out of 5 years, 2005, 2007, 2009. And the Trinity Trojans are moments away from sharing that moment with their fans one final time on their home field. This will be win or lose the final home game, very likely for Euless Trinity. If they move on in the playoffs, they would take on, as we mentioned earlier, Midland Legacy. So that game, heck, more likely would happen somewhere between here and Midland. So one final chance for these seniors to do the Haka in front of the home crowd.
And, you know, talking to Coach Lineweaver, he is so, just up on the rich tradition of the community from Trinity and how much this Haka means to them. I mean, he just glows about it as he talks about it, and also just having former players still so closely involved in the program. This is a small, tight-knit community. This is a part of their culture, and this is a part of the love that you get to see here on the field. It just gives me chills every time I see it.
You talked about it earlier this week when we talked with Coach Lineweaver that there was a time for this program where the game was basically over once they did the Haka, because it's such an intimidating and awe-inspiring moment that especially when they were at their zenith, when they were winning 3 out of 5 state championships, it was a wrap at that point, because as an opponent, how do you look across the field and go, we got to play that? What?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? It reminded me of like Mike Tyson back in the 80s, just the ring walk and how intimidating and imposing that was. I mean, that was it was the mental part of that, of coming up against a Euless Trinity squad, and the Haka was just one of those things that if you were across the field, you absolutely were, like you just said, oh my God, we're about to play that. And oh, by the way, these guys are out here in all black. So no, it is awesome. And how about the question when I asked him, I said, when are we going to get back to those days where you guys are just intimidating people? Like, we're getting close. Yeah. We're getting there. We're getting there. He knows how important this is. And
so Timber Creek wins the toss and elects to receive, according to our referee, Josh Bannerman. The Fort Worth football officials supplying the crew today. And again, it will be Timber Creek who won the toss and elected to receive. So the Falcons will have the football first, Ekma.
Yeah, this is, I really believe that for Trinity, being able to get the ball, because they're going to run it, but also if they can get some early momentum here, get behind their defense, they can pretty much seal the deal coming out and getting a score after halftime.
Here now, with the help of some youth football players from around the area, Euless Trinity's pregame routine, the Haka.
Pregame Haka.
Heckma Harrison, you ready for kickoff yet?
Yes. Let's go.
Euless Trinity and Timber Creek in the first round of the UIL playoffs. Kickoff right after this on Friday Night Football.
Thanks, Delkus.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
Right now in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that probably.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
WFAA Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses. It's the heart that makes up the game. The triumph of human spirit, its agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify communities. We give you the stats, but inspire you with the stories, the unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable. We bring it to you all because sports lives in all of us.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
As we welcome you back to Bedford, Pennington Field. Opened in 1987, has been the host site for countless playoff games through the years. One of the crown jewels of North Texas high school football. Tonight it plays host to Timber Creek and Euless Trinity. And it will be Timber Creek to have the football first. Head coaches tonight, first for the visiting Timber Creek Falcons. Marshall Williams in his 4th year as the Falcons head coach. He coached with Aaron Lineweaver, the gentleman there in the middle of your frame, the head coach of the Euless Trinity Trojans. They coached together at South Lake Carroll as assistants a couple of years back. Now both of them running their own programs here in the postseason.
How about that relationship? And he talked extensively about that and the coaching tree that these guys came from. Very familiar with one another is what I came away with in that conversation. So I expect maybe this can be a defensive battle to start because of that familiarity. I could be wrong, but at the end of the day, I think that is going to lead to one of these coaches having to, do some things psychologically to the other. So look for some trick plays here early.
Trinity to kick it away. High arcing kick, fielded at the 9 on a run. A lot of space up the far sideline and off to the races. A good return from Adrian Corley. No flags and a quick start for the Falcons.
Yeah, good position. Well blocked up on the left side, and thought that was going to be a return for a touchdown to get things started here.
It looked like it for a brief moment that was going to really pop for Timber Creek. Trinity able to find an angle on the far sideline and close them off at the 43, but outstanding starting field position here for the Timber Creek Falcons and their quarterback, Carson Porter, the sophomore, 6'3", 185 pounds, has won the job over the course of the year, but you will still see two other quarterbacks take snaps tonight. He'll hand off on the first play of the football game to A.J. Parks, a gain of 4.
And A.J. Parks, he is a stud as well. You look at his numbers on the season. It's one of those guys, again, who has done a really good job of carrying this team, which is known as more of a spread offense. He's the guy that really kind of makes the defense play honest, and he's done a wonderful job, has A.J. Parks, of doing that. You can't just try and nail down and eliminate their passing game because of number 20.
They do run a very Southlake Carroll style spread offense, and they will try and get the ball in this man's hands a lot. Nicely handled, though, by Euless Trinity here. Tackle made by Tyson Thomas.
And I love the way that Tyson Thomas, understanding that the play is coming to his side, no need in staying just in your cornerback stance. You got to come up and you've got to attack number 1. He's one of those guys, if he gets to you, you're not prepared to get a tackle, he'll run right past you.
They did handle it well there. Maybe a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 6 here for Timber Creek. Shotgun for Porter. 4 wide receiver set. Pressure in his face. Finds a man open over the middle. Running away and finding space up the sideline is Cameron Hunter. Inside the 35 to the 33.
And I absolutely love this play. Look at the penetration that Euless Trinity is getting up front, and they run a crossing route behind where those blitzers is coming from, and automatically he's just able to take that to the next level.
Our photographer, Graham Rayner, taking a spill. Play came right toward him. He's back on his feet now. Graham, I hope you're all right. He looks like he's okay down on the near sideline. He made the tackle on Adrian Corley. On Cameron Hunter, excuse me.
I'll tell you what, Graham's going to have a word or two about that here in just a second. That wasn't in the job description for Graham. I will assure you of that.
We gotta come back to that here in just a moment when we've got a little bit more of a stretch between plays to show you all this one more time. Maybe we'll have enough time. They're back to the line of scrimmage already. We'll circle back to it. But Graham Rayner working hard for the money down there on the sideline. 2nd down and 3. Over the middle, tipped and knocked away. Thrown into double coverage. Cameron Hunter, the intended target, but there were 2 Trinity Trojans there.
Yeah, for Caden Donaldson, 5'11", 165, he's back there in his free safety position. He reads it perfectly. And man, when you get an opportunity to get an interception, if he gets that ball in his hands, he's going to take it to the house. That whole wide side over there, there's nobody there if number 15 catches that interception.
Not quite 2 minutes in here, but Timber Creek already threatening. 3rd down and 3 at the 26 in Trinity territory. Porter, quick pitch to the far side. A.J. Parks met in the backfield and pushed back. Brilliantly defended by Euless Trinity.
Yeah, number 42, Chris Wright, and he comes up immediately and just meeting. I love this athleticism, but also aggressiveness from the Trojans. They're not sitting back and waiting on this running game, okay? They're getting up the field. They're making sure that they get these guys down. That's a tackle for a loss.
This just a little bit outside of what they would consider field goal range. Marshall Williams feeling like maybe out to 40-ish. This would be 47, so they go for it on 4th and 7. Porter's got running room, now dances backward, spins around in a circle, fires downfield, incomplete over the head of Dozie Ezukanma, and Trinity gets the 4th down stop.
Ooh, what a momentum builder right there for Euless Trinity. That is basically a coverage sack. Carson Porter doesn't take the sack. He is looking down the field, waiting on someone to come open. Nothing comes open. And, hey, that's a good job by the Trinity Trojans getting a stop on this opening drive.
Let us know in the YouTube comments where you're tuning in from tonight. Sir $3 says, announcers, does Dallas or Houston have better quality football?
Dallas. Come on.
You are asking two guys that predominantly cover Dallas area sports, so it's not exactly the least biased poll you could take. Good defense there by Timber Creek on the first snap of the football game as TJ Tupou had nowhere to go. I will say this. You're asking at a good time for Dallas football after the DFW area ripped off 5AD1, 5AD2, 6AD1, 6AD2 in the state championships a year ago with Sock in 5AD2, Alito in 5AD1, Duncanville and DeSoto in 6AD1 and D2 respectively. Dallas is having itself a pretty good moment right now in that conversation. Second down and 10, officially no gain on the play. Jet sweep handoff here as they try and get to the sideline. Nice job to get upfield. And some extracurriculars there as they get some extra contact after they went out of bounds. Ethan Wright on the run. We'll get another look at the penalty here, but that's going to be the yardage he picked up and then some. Oh, no question.
Yeah, that's Connor Altine. Called number 31, but it was clearly number 30. This is a guy that, man, when Coach Williams talked about him and just the way that this kid came back, serious business, put on a lot of muscle to compete for his senior year. Man, not the way that you want to open up this drive for Euless Trinity on defense.
Playing hard, but just a little bit beyond the whistle and more than a little bit beyond the whistle, and it costs his team 15 yards. Now the handoff goes to Josh Bell. First time we've called his name this evening, first of what will assuredly be many, as he picks up 3 on the first play of the set. Lillian Lawrence says go Falcons. David Kerniowan, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing that says go Falcons. Tracy Smith says let's go Euless Trinity. Mai Jones says that they're tuning in from Rocheron, Texas, down in the Houston area. Sarah T. Floor says go Falcons, tuning in from New York. Elizabeth Cruz says go number 45. I'm not sure if that's which team that's from. Tupou over the top, just a bit too tall for Buddy Leota, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7.
You know, TJ Tupou, he is a quarterback that is obviously a guy that, a junior, they're relying heavily on his legs. But his arm has got to come with it. They have some talent out here at the wide receiver position. They want to try and get guys the ball. They got to try and throw this ball because it makes them less than one-dimensional. We know what you get with Euless Trinity. They're going to run the ball at you, but they're going to have to change this up and also try and take the top off and get the ball down the field.
Tupou, the first sophomore to start a quarterback for this team in decades. 3rd down and 7, quick throw far side, but chased down. Well defended by Timber Creek. Devin Green, the middle linebacker, making the tackle.
And you see right there from Jarvis Himuli, he's trying to make a move, waiting on the offensive lineman to get out there to possibly make a block that can get him out of that pressure cooker that was happening over there on that side of the field, but no way to escape. Ends up getting just back to the line of scrimmage, and both defenses here in these opening drives have created stops.
4th down and 6, and Trinity elects to punt it away. Low end over end punt, takes a big Trinity bounce. Ezukanma picks it up on the fly. He's in trouble, taken down at the 5-yard line. I don't hate the decision to field the punt, Heckma, because it looked like it was going to roll dead there inside the 5, so why not take a shot? But the bobble cost him.
Yeah, the bobble was where it was. It really kind of stalled out his momentum once he lost control of the ball. So now the only thing that's important is getting a handle on the ball and not turning it over inside of your own 5-yard line. But you're right, this punt just literally died on the turf, and instead of rolling into the end zone, it goes right to Ezukanma.
Andrew Gutierrez putting a good foot on it and pinning this Timber Creek defense deep in their own territory. Carson Porter still in their quarterback. You will see some Lior Menji, even possibly some Anderson Lewis tonight at the quarterback position as well. But Porter, the sophomore, is their main guy. He'll fire over the middle, tipped and incomplete, right in and out of the hands of Adrian Corley.
And that's one I'm sure Corley wishes that he had back. Thrown a little behind him, but he had a step on Tyson Thomas. And if he's able to make that catch, man, that's going to be a big gain for the Falcons.
Hey, watch the wheel, T-Hawk! Watch the back!
Second down and 10 off the incompletion. Porter, pressure in his face, has to try and get away. Trouble in the backfield, throws it away. Did get the throw off, did get it beyond the line of scrimmage. You can hear the Trinity coaches hollering for grounding.
Yeah, they are. They not only grounding, they're also asking for a holding penalty because they're bringing a lot of pressure over here on this left side, and that's Braden Calvert, one of the guys that Coach Williams just, man, he could not have said enough great things about his left tackle.
Aaron Lineweaver still pleading his case that should have been grounding, or as you said, maybe a hold also in the end zone, which would have been a safety. Either penalty in the end zone, any offensive penalty in the end zone results in a safety. So this is dangerous territory here for Porter on 3rd down and 10, and now a timeout called prior to the snap by Marshall Williams.
I think right now what I'm seeing is this Trinity defense is they're starting to put the clamps down a little bit. They're taking away the line of sight right now for Carson Porter. You can tell from a quarterback standpoint, he is young. He's a sophomore, okay? So you got a young guy out there, probably first playoff experience here. Eyes get a little big, you get a little jumpy, and you start seeing ghosts and not really sure of what you're seeing. I just think Carson Porter just needs to calm down a little bit. Trust his reads, make his throws, and stay on time.
Over 400 of you with us right now on the WFAA YouTube channel. Please click the like button, click the share button. Send this stream around to your friends in the Euless Trinity community, the Timber Creek community, Keller ISD as a whole. Let your friends and family know they can tune in tonight for a good matchup here in the first round of the 6A Division I playoffs. 3rd down and 10 out of the timeout. They're going to try a deep ball for Ezu Kanma, knocked away. Caden Donaldson getting to the apex and breaking it up.
Not only that, Caden Donaldson does the lockdown symbol, staying back in coverage. That's what you got to do, is just trust your coverage. Got a guy underneath and a guy over the top. Don't let the big play receiver beat you down the field.
Aaron Lineweaver loves it, a 3-and-out from his defense after the coffin corner punt. A line drive punt, fielded on a hop by Ethan Wright at midfield. Lowers his shoulder as he gets out of bounds inside the 40. Fantastic field position to start off here for Euless Trinity.
Yeah, just good job of getting that punt out of your own end zone and a line drive. The great job there by number 5, just picking up positive yardage. It's Ethan Wright picking up that positive yards, and want to see this Euless Trinity offense get some positive things going. With 40 yards to go to the end zone, somebody's got to take the seal off.
They mark him out of bounds right at that 40-yard stripe. 1st and 10. Quickly to the line of scrimmage comes Tupou. Handoff Josh Bell. Fights his way forward for 6.
That's what I love about this kid. He doesn't do a lot of juking, jiving around, okay? He's a one-cut go. And in my next year, I'm going to eliminate jive from my whole vocabulary. I want to say that's your fault, but he is a one-step and go kind of receiver. Love that from him.
Heckma Harrison met me a little over a year ago, about a year and a half ago now. Prior to that date, I don't think he ever said the word jive, and now he says it all the time. Look at Josh Bell make one cut and get upfield and break a tackle inside the 10. Touchdown, Josh Bell, 34 yards.
Beautiful execution here from Josh Bell. I love it when I'm talking about you and you make a play right on schedule. How about that? Number 20, like I said, Mike, he's a kid that's just going to make a step, and he is going to go. And you see him right there, man. He's dancing to the beat of his own drum as he goes back to the sideline, and Euless Trinity has taken the seal off of this game.
7-0 Euless Trinity. Josh Bell finding the end zone first. A nice cut to get to free space. And Trinity strikes first in the first round of the playoffs.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Falcons.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
7-0 Euless Trinity with the lead. Josh Bell, a 34-yard touchdown run, his 22nd touchdown run of the year. And Trinity kicks it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 26-yard line. And out comes this Timber Creek offense once again. Heckma Harrison now trailing. This is a team that the way that they get the job done offensively, that doesn't scare them at all. This is a team that scored a lot of points this year, but certainly a different scenario that now they have to contend with.
No, and the thing is, when you look at it, Mike, they are now in a situation versus a team that can play keep away. They won't be able to get the ball back as fast because you know that this team is going to ground and pound it out. These offensive drives that have started to stall out, the 3 and outs are going to start to cost them. They have got to get some positive things going offensively.
Handoff up the middle, trying to pick his way for maybe 1.5 yards or so is A.J. Parks.
So it's working for the Trinity defense because now they're winning on first down. One yard on first down, they'll live with 2nd and 9, and if they can create a 3rd and long scenario, now they can pin their ears back because they can dictate to you what you do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry. Here comes the shot.
4 down linemen for the Trojans. Porter over the middle. Ezukanma, beg your pardon. That's Adrian Corley making the catch and getting across midfield. Corley, the junior, into Trinity territory.
And now what you're doing is you just flip the field. You flip the field. Now you have that momentum. And now for Coach Williams, the playbook is back open.
Williams, the head coach. Brad Morrow, the offensive coordinator. They will try and get the ball to Ezukanma as much as they can, but they also know they have to spread the ball around. Darion Nettles with the run here. Carries inside the 40-yard line, a gain of 6.
Because you can't be one-dimensional, Mike. It's just really too early to be that. You have to continue to stay with your ground game. Really make this Trinity defensive line, not just come right up the field. These guys have to stay looking for that running back.
2nd down and 4. Porter to the air, pressure off the edge, quickly gets it out for Nettles, makes a man miss. He's got the first down, out of bounds at the 33.
Well, they got a 2-headed monster in the backfield. How about this play from Nettles out in the flat, making the first guy miss with the sidestep and stiff arm. 2 guys miss as he scampers out of bounds.
1st and 10 for the Falcons.
Gosh, Nettles just a sophomore.
Allie Chapdelaine says in the YouTube comments, come on, Creek. 1st and 10. Porter over the middle, has a man complete. Ball comes loose. They're going to say that's a fumble. Scooped up somehow on the bounce by Timber Creek. Xavier Lee at the exact right spot to pick it up.
My question is if this was ever completion. Obviously no reviewing here in high school football until you get to the finals. But that looked like he didn't even have an opportunity to make a football play on it. But either way, what a bounce there for the Falcons.
Cameron Hunter was the one who will go down in the record books as having made that catch and then quickly fumbling it. I think your point is valid. If this were the NFL and you're taking another look at that, or obviously college football as well, and you're taking a look at that, it's probably incomplete. It does end up staying, though, with Trinity, or with Timber Creek, rather, because of the recovery. Flag on the play as they set up the screen here for Nettles.
I think they're going to get a holding penalty. Maybe on number 72 on this side. My bad, 72. They got to get number 55, Gaten Cross. But I want to give credit to the Trinity the Trinity Trojan defense, recognizing the screenplay and not just continuing to come upfield. Man, that's high IQ for your defensive linemen.
1st and 20 after the holding penalty. They try and set up a little fake reverse. Now they're going to throw deep for Ezukanma behind the defense. Hauled it in for the touchdown. 31 yards on the trick play from Timber Creek, and they answer back.
And I said it to you, Mike, there's going to be some trick plays here, especially with the familiarity of both of these programs. And you see it right there. Porter goes with the fake reverse, turns around, and he catches his favorite, his BFF, Dozie Ezukanma.
I love the poise from Porter in the backfield, turning his back to the line of scrimmage. Extra point is up and through. One more look at this one as Timber Creek answers back. Dozie Ezukanma on the receiving end. And we're knotted up at 7 on Friday Night Football.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
Sebastian Luke.
You know, Heckma Harrison, every once in a while we're right when we pick our players to watch. The first 2 touchdowns of the game scored by Josh Bell of Trinity and Dozie Ezukanma of Timber Creek. And it's a 7-7 football game with under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Fantastic drive. They start that drive at 5:30 on the clock, score at about 2:50.
Some miscommunication there on the kickoff return, but a fair catch was signaled for. So once it was finally hauled in by Dontrell Johnson.
And you can hear Coach Lineweaver yelling at Ethan Wright saying, hey, come get that. That's your ball. You get your fastest guys with an opportunity to create. But instead, they're going to start this drive off right at about the 22-yard line.
They blew the play dead because of that fair catch signal called for, and now here they come quickly to the line of scrimmage once again. Tupou fakes the handoff. Now he'll fire a little pop pass over the middle, tipped away. Nice work in the secondary from Ian Gebhardt, the sophomore.
Well, first of all, that's a great read. And you got a guy coming down the field, and Gebhardt's really just reading his keys. If he does it, he's going to be wide open right at the hash marks.
Ian Gebhardt's a young man that head coach Marshall Williams told us about earlier this week that they had lost for 6 or 7 weeks due to injury, but is back healthy now. Just a sophomore on the smaller side right now, still growing, 5'7", 150 pounds, but they really like what this kid can do on the football field. Handoff, Bell cuts up field to the 25, 26-yard line. Maybe a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, a guy like Bell, I know I think for most offensive coordinators, you want to change up your cadence, you want to change up what you do on first down. Euless Trinity, when they run on first down with Bell, they're always in a 2nd and 6, a 2nd and 5. That makes those other plays so much more accessible and likely to be successful.
3rd down and 7. Tupou to the air. Pressured. Got guys all over him. Finally hammered in the backfield. Stayed on his feet for a long time, but paid for it as a result. A loss of 5 on the play. It's going to be 4th and a dozen.
Yeah, and let's just say tackle made by the Falcons defense, because all of these guys are swarming right now. Aiden Castle, number 27, is the cleanup man on that tackle. But, boy, I love the way that they just kind of bottled him up and did not allow Tupou to escape out the back door to create with his legs.
Punt is away from Euless Trinity. Ezukanma back there to return. Lets it bounce a couple times and finally runs away from it. Another nice punt from Andrew Gutierrez. Flipping the field for Euless Trinity.
Yeah, good job. And even better job by Ezukanma getting away from it. Sometime as a playmaker, you're just so ready to make a play that you'll pick up a bad punt like that and try and create on your own. That's maturity by number one. Stay tuned for the Friday Night Football halftime show sponsored by Golden Chick. Golden Chick is the perfect post-game destination. Come in and see why. We say one taste and you're golden at Golden Chick.
And coming up on the Friday Night Football halftime show, the Timber Creek Falcon Band under the direction of Brad McCann, the Timber Creek Sky Dancers under the direction of Lindsey Harris, and from Euless Trinity, the Trinity Trojan Band, director Chris Kanicki, and the Troyans Spirit and Dance Team under the direction of Madeline Kuroga. As the run comes near side in the hands of Nettles, run out of bounds after a gain of 3.
And you see, Nettles brings a whole nother dynamic as a running back. Looks like a little bit. Look, no, that's A.J.
That was Parks. You're right. Yep.
A.J. Parks with the speed out on the outside. Positive yardage, exactly what the Falcons need.
They will use both Parks and Nettles sometimes on the field at the same time throughout the game tonight. Porter has been the quarterback so far this evening. That throw just a bit tall for Xavier Lee, and it's going to be 3rd down and 7.
So you get a play like this, and again, this defensive line, they're getting close, boy. They are bringing a lot of pressure. Number 97, Asiele, getting close. Mafu Asiele, 6'1", 263. This is a big, physically imposing team in the Trinity Trojans. Big third down.
He stands right next to Kylan Fiafia, who is 6'1", 301. As Aaron Lineweaver told us earlier this season, yeah, we don't have any skinny kids.
Yeah.
3rd down and 7. Porter fires over the middle, knocked away. His intended target was Corley once again. Corley lost his feet, and that was nearly intercepted. Back there was Gordon Moatow.
Yeah, it looks like that's Dontrell Johnson, number 21, an opportunity. He undercut. So this is a thing, man. In zone coverage, you're able to undercut those routes. But I'm just saying, guys, pick it off. Come on.
They've had some opportunities at the football. So far, they've gone begging. They do get the stop, though, on 3rd and 7. Timber Creek has to punt it away. End over end punt up the near sideline. Checks up like a 9-iron and bounces backwards. I don't know why Timber Creek didn't stop it right then and there. It eventually is downed at the 41-yard line. They'll mark it officially at the 40, and that's where the Trinity offense will take over with 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, and right now I'm just looking for some balance for this offense, and there's a flag back here. Didn't see that come out.
Back at the 28-yard line. That is a significant change in field position. That's going to bring the ball all the way to the 45-yard line on Timber Creek's side of the field. Wow. And it will be 1st and 10 from there for Euless Trinity. Tracy Smith in the YouTube comments says, Trinity, let's wake up in a 7-7 football game here late first quarter. RZR says, dozy, dozy, dozy after that touchdown reception from Dozy Ezukanma. Toss play right side. JT Harris, head of steam upfield, lowers his shoulder and gains 9 on the play.
That JT's a spark plug. You see, as soon as he turns up between the hashes and the numbers, he is flying. Full head of steam. And that's a big-time pickup on first down.
It'll be 2nd and 1 when we return for the start of quarter number 2. 7-7. Bell and Ezukanma both find in the end zone in the first round of the playoffs on Friday Night Football.
You need a team you can trust to prepare you for the day.
We are making sure that you have all the information you need.
Looking out for you.
So we do have the heat advisory and air quality alert in effect for today.
Bold reporting.
Reporting from Plano.
Red flag warning in place.
Dynamic coverage.
Live from Addison.
Original content.
We are staying on top of this story, of course. Be safe out there on the roads. It's going to be a great time.
I am up with Daybreak. What about you?
Again, let us know in the YouTube comments where you're tuning in from tonight, if you've got a favorite player on either one of these two teams. If you're a parent, an aunt or an uncle, a grandparent watching from across the country, if you got a member of the drill team that you see there on your screen that is a daughter or granddaughter, a niece, whatever the case may be, let us know where you're tuning in from tonight. 2nd down and 1 out of the quarter break. The handoff goes to Harris once again. He's got the first down and then some, right to the 20-yard line. J.T. Harris, the sophomore, running hard.
Yeah, he is. I talked about him as a spark plug, but look at this burst that he has.
J.T. Harris, number 22 with the carry.
God.
Taken down by 4, Antoine Bridges.
That's it. That is the definition of embarrassment of riches. Josh Bell and J.T. Harris. One's a junior, the other a sophomore.
They know how to run the football here at Euless Trinity. Fumble on the snap. Tupou just enveloped by the defensive front from Timber Creek. A loss of a yard. Frankly, he's fortunate it wasn't worse than that.
Oh, so lucky to get that one back. I mean, didn't even recognize that it was out to the last minute. Number 54, Colin Vega, able to get in on top of him and make the tackle.
A player down after the play for Timber Creek. Haven't been able to spot a number just yet. Might be number 91, Michael Silvani, the senior. As the training staff from Timber Creek, Chrissy Kaiser and her team, tending to him now as they look at that right leg. .11:41 to play here in quarter number 2. Another look at the YouTube comments. Ivan Rodriguez says, let's go Creek. Ian Gebhardt, number 12. We've seen him make some plays already tonight. MDC Constancio says, let's go Creek, number 44. That's Jaron Walker. Allie Chapdelaine says that she's a Timber Cheer alum. Ivan Rodriguez, oh sorry, we already read that one. Chase Thomas says, let's go Falcons, let's go Landon Hicks and Sebastian Luton. Luton, their kicker. Lance Polk says, Trinity fan since 2009 from Beaumont, Texas, says, tease up. And Trina Smith says she's watching from Dallas, Texas tonight, as they do have Silvani back on his feet, but as you can see, not putting any weight on that left leg. That's the last thing you want to see, especially for a senior playing in his final playoff run of his high school football career.
Yeah, absolutely no pressure being placed on that leg by number 91, Michael Silvani. Wish him all the best, and hopefully he's able to come back into this game.
As play continues, the Trojans have the ball 2nd down and 11 at the Falcon 22.
That injury happened on the fumbled snap by Tupou, so 2nd down and 12 afterward. Play action fake, Tupou firing inside the 10, knocked away at the last moment. Coming through to break it up for Timber Creek was Logan Summers, no flag.
And this is the second time they've ran. This is Lucas Sanchez, number 85, that they're looking for. And the thing is about TJ Tupou has an opportunity because Sanchez has a step, just delivers the ball late and gives the defender an opportunity Logan Summers to get underneath that throw. A lot of the people on the Trinity Trojan sideline were looking for a flag, but no dice. It's a big third down coming up here.
Summers, a junior, started last year as a sophomore too, making a big play. This time they find Mooley over the middle. First down and then some, inside the 5. Just shy of the goal line. First and goal for Trinity.
And if I have a 6'4", 185-pound wide receiver out there, I think I'm going to target him a few more times. As Mooley makes that look real easy.
About a half a yard away from his 7th touchdown of the year, but he is just shy. First and goal for Trinity. One minute gone by in quarter number 2. Tight formation for Tupou, who's going to try and get in by himself, and he's in. TJ Tupou with the quarterback sneak for 6 more for Trinity.
And when you have an offensive line this size, no need for a tush push. Just line right up and just get the touchdown.
No brotherly shove necessary here for Trinity. Not when you're running behind. I mean, the beef on the front line for Euless Trinity, led by Toa Katoa, 6'5", 397. Extra point is up and through, and it's a 14-7 lead for Trinity.
I love the answer right there by the Trinity Trojans. Coming out, relying on their defense, getting the ball back. And you have to remember now the big penalty that they had, the blocking below, I think it was the clip block, I believe it was, that changed that whole field position and brought the ball up to the 40. Well, not what they needed to have happen if you're the Falcons, but man, here you are in the second quarter needing to try and keep up with this Trinity Trojan squad. So very important to get a score up here because, as I said from the initial coin flip, they will be getting the ball back to start the third quarter, and you don't want to get too far down from this Trinity Trojan squad because they will play a mean game of keep away.
There's no two ways about that. One thing that I feel like Timber Creek has done well that was part of their game plan, though, coming in, they have not allowed a bunch of explosive plays yet from Trinity. That was one key focus for Marshall Williams' team. The return run out of bounds right at the 30-yard line by Logan Summers. Beg your pardon, Cameron Hunter on the return. There is a flag on the play back near the 40-yard line in the vicinity of perhaps offside. And that is indeed the case, so that'll tack 5 more yards onto the kickoff return from Timber Creek.
But just piggybacking off of what you just said, if I'm Coach Lineweaver, I'm like, look, it's okay. Don't let us expose you with the explosive plays. If we have to go slow and methodical, we can play that game as well. It's going to be a game of attrition because these players, this offensive line for Euless Trinity is just going to continue to weigh on you by pounding the rock.
Here's a comment I've never seen before on our YouTube feed. Deborah Gonzalez says, watching from Euless after surgery. Go Trojans, tease up. That is some dedication. We appreciate you tuning in. Strung out on the far side nicely is it Darion Nettles. Trinity's defense was there in waves on that one.
No, they were. And Caden Donaldson, the free safety, I was on him a little bit by not picking off the ball in that initial first drive, but he does a good job, as you're talking about, stringing these guys out to the outside, not allowing a Darion Nettles to catch that corner.
A loss of 6 on the play, 2nd and 16. Four wides for Porter. Over the middle, he had Ezukanma, and he didn't see the ball coming. Ezukanma was running wide open up the seam and didn't see the ball until it was too late.
Oh, and that is on Ezukanma. Got to get his head turned around. Ball's right there. Maybe didn't see it, but look at this coverage right now from the Euless Trinity Trojans. Going with, I mean, they got 3 safeties high.
It's a 3rd down and 16 now. They've got to get all the way to the 43 to move the chains. Porter has time, checks it down, in and out of the hands of Cameron Hunter, and incomplete. Another ball that should have been caught.
So what happens on that, Mike, you run the ball the first play, you lose 6 yards, you then have to come back and you throw the ball twice. I mean, these are 3 quick plays that get you off the field. Now you're having to punt, put your defense back out there that just gave up a score with just consecutive run plays in the one big passing play.
Yeah.
Like, those are the kind of things that I'm talking about that will get you beat in a game like this.
So the punt once again, a line drive kick up the middle of the field. Dangerous. Did that hit a Trojan? Somehow, apparently it didn't. I don't know. Timber Creek sideline is saying that it did and signaling that they should jump on it. Officials say no. They say it is Trojan football at the 41-yard line.
It's an ugly punt, okay, first of all. But, boy, how about this? This is,
oh, boy.
Yeah, that's, and one of the players walking off, I believe it's number 9. He's like wiping his brow saying, whoo, thank you. I love this gamesmanship. Look at the Falcons defense. They're in a single foul line before they get down into their defensive front.
Don't want to give Trinity any pre-snap read. Handoff up the middle, Buddy Leota. Look at him go inside the 30. Leota, the fullback, all the way down to the 25. Ball came out, but they say he was down.
Yeah, but
they'll mark him down at the 24-yard line. And the big 210-pound fullback takes it up the middle and gashes this Timber Creek defense.
Yeah, and Buddy, look at this, man. This is, all you're hearing is boom, 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 boom. With number 33 going down the field, and he's flipping over a defender, and the ball comes out at the last minute. Well, that would have taken away a great run by number 33, a guy that's typically in the game to block as a fullback. Finally getting an opportunity to tote the rock. There's the senior, 5'10", 210 pounds.
Quickly again to the line of scrimmage. Handoff for Bell. Lassoed right at the 20-yard line. A gain of 4.
And now this is where things get really dangerous. And you're down here, and this is Trinity Trojan football. When they get into the red zone, they're just going to continue to pound this rock. And the Falcons have got to get a stop here.
Trinity student section living it up tonight. Watching their team take on a 2nd down and 6. That's Ethan Wright in there playing a little quarterback, taking the direct snap and got hammered right at the 20. They're going to actually blow this play dead. It's going to be 2nd down again, a false start on the Trojans. Blue Ivy in the YouTube comments says 96 grad of Euless Trinity, once a Trojan, always a Trojan. Steve CR rooting the Trojans on, says they need to run straight down the field. Buddy Leota got the message. Brian Turner echoing your point from a couple minutes ago. Heckma saying the Euless Trinity is probably the last team you ever want to fall behind. He said their O-line is big enough they can play the most physical game of keep away ever. Wendy GG30 says go Falcons. 2nd down and 11 after the penalty. To the air, complete for Haymouli. Haymouli trying to break a tackle. Fights his way to the 16-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 2.
Oh, this is an incredible route by Haymouli. Coming out of his break, he leaves the defender. My God, that was a great route by number 4.
Haymouli, the senior.
God, that was awesome.
Made a big catch earlier that led to the TJ Tupou touchdown run to give Trinity the lead. Now it sets up a 3rd down and 2. Handoff up the middle. Bell right up the gut to the end zone. Touchdown, Josh Bell, his 2nd of the day.
Josh Bell, number 20, into the end zone.
And Josh Bell is gone. As soon as he gets this ball in his hand, cameraman trying to keep up with how fast this kid is moving. Finding a way. The Trinity Trojans right now, and they have you in their playhouse where they got you guessing what they're going to do next and what they're going to hit you with. But I tell you, the Falcons have got an answer.
21-7 as Josh Bell finds pay dirt for the second time tonight, and Euless Trinity takes a 2-score lead mid-second quarter on Friday Night Football.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
Stay tuned for the Friday Night Football halftime show sponsored by Golden Chick. Golden Chick is the perfect post-game destination. Come in and see why we say it's one taste and you're golden at Golden Chick.
And 7 minutes and 24 seconds worth of game time from now, we will have that Friday Night Football halftime show for you. The Timber Creek Falcon Band, the Timber Creek Sky Dancers, the Trinity Trojan Band, and the Trojans all coming your way. Ezukanma on the return from his own 16-yard line, fights his way for 10 on the return. Dozie Ezukanma has the one touchdown reception from 31 yards out on the little razzle-dazzle that we saw from Timber Creek's offense. It kind of feels like they need to find them a little bit more.
No, they do, and I think they were trying to, and that was a miscommunication between Ezukanma and Carson Porter, where they had their number one on the hash mark, and just one of those passes that the senior didn't get an opportunity to get his head turned around in time, didn't catch it. But just with 7:15 here in the second, they have got to get a response going for this Trinity Trojans team.
1st and 10. Fake from Porter, checks it down for Xavier Lee, who turns upfield and picks up 8 on the first play of the series. Colin Bruce says Dozie Ezukanma is him. Ryan Gonzalez says tease up. The comment right prior to his from AD says tease down. 10-year Ross says Trojans gonna win. Ryan Gonzalez says tease up. 2nd down and 2, some miscommunication there from the sideline. Over the middle, complete Ezukanma. 1st down and then some into Trinity territory.
Wow. And how about that for Carson Porter, delivering the mail in triple coverage. That's when I'm just saying, look, I'm force feeding it. I'm not looking left, I'm not looking right. I'm gonna make sure that I get the ball to my guy. And that's exactly what he did, getting the ball to number 1.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Porter's been in there, by my memory, all game long. Quick throw far side. Nettles complete right at the 35-yard stripe. Another gain of 6.
And I like this kid. I like Porter. I mean, big kid, 6'3", 185 pounds. But, you know, I think he started off the game just with the jitters, right? Sophomore, coming into a playoff situation. Maybe arm just a little rattled, just, you know, throwing the ball a little sporadic. But I think he's calmed down now, as you saw from that last throw to Dozie.
2nd down and 3. Porter, quick throw, far side, little low, but Ezukanma goes and digs it out. He breaks a tackle inside the 20, still spinning his way. Flag comes in at the end as he fought for extra yardage. Dozie Ezukanma flashing in a big way.
And don't know what the penalty was at the end. Curious.
I got to say, I don't blame the young man from Trinity coming in and laying that hit, just because it wasn't really that clear that the play was over.
It wasn't. And Christian Johnson, hey, you got to continue to play to the whistle. And kind of confusing games up that the play is over. But you got Dozie Ezukanma The guys out there battling for more yards.
Handoff for Nettles into the pile. Maybe a gain of a yard. Colin Bruce says get the ball to Dozie.
Yeah, they got the memo, that is for sure. They're not looking at anyone right now except for their 6'4" wide receiver, and what a big target he is. This is an impressive kid. Hey, Brent Venables doing a good job of recruiting this North Texas area, a ton of talent going to Norman, Oklahoma.
Second down and goal from the 6. Nettles again with the handoff. Picks his way forward. Flags all over the place on this one.
I think you got a face mask penalty.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, half the distance, automatic first down.
The yardage is rather negligible, but the free first down is huge. They'll move it to the 3-yard line, and it's a fresh first and goal here for Timber Creek.
Yeah, these are the kind of mistakes that the Trinity Trojans can't make. The good teams will definitely make you pay in situations like this, and at this point, that's all you're facing. Can't let these guys up off the mat the way that the Trinity Trojans are right now.
Motion man, no flag. Trinity wanted a false start. They fire end zone on the throwback, nothing doing. Flag late in the play. Looks like it might be for roughing the passer as Porter hit the deck late.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 26. High contact on the quarterback. Half the distance, automatic first down.
Well, I mean, look, and they get number 26 on the penalty. Again, you get another first down, and I believe that's Isaiah Newble. That's coming off the edge on a blitz.
And now the ball sits just outside the 1-yard line. They've got Nettles and Parks flanking Porter. Handoff, Parks, head of steam to the end zone. Touchdown, Timber Creek. A.J. Parks.
There's
his
the answer.
8th touchdown run of the year.
There's the answer that you needed. A.J. Parks coming right off tackle and getting the score. 4:19 here in the second. And we said it, man. You can't allow for this Trinity Trojan squad to get too far up on you. They will close the curtains. That's a good response there by the Falcons, getting a score. Now, if they can get a defensive stop, get their offense back out on the field, they have such quick strike ability that maybe they're able to tie this up going in at halftime.
Couple of big connections to Dozie Ezukanma, and A.J. Parks finishes off the drive 21-14 mid-second quarter on Friday Night Football.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
I mean, I have one of the skinny ones and one of the big ones.
So, Harrison, we talked about how Timber Creek needed to find Dozie Ezukanma. They did on that drive. Some penalties also factoring in. That's a dangerous kickoff that somehow Trinity actually fields, but then a big hit. Ripped down at the 24-yard line was J.T. Harris, and Trinity will start there, but that was a very dangerous play.
No, it was. And how about that? The ball, as it lands, it bounces back.
Yeah.
So, that's it. Pretty weird.
He said he had it. He said go.
So 1st and 10 at the 24. Again, quickly to the line of scrimmage they come. Handoff, breaking tackles is Bell once again. Hog-tied eventually at the 30-yard line. We've seen some good tackling from Timber Creek, not allowing Josh Bell to break through to the second level. That was a solid tackle right there at the 30.
But Mike, that's what he does on first down. He is a big play possibility every time, but on first down, you end up now looking at 2nd and 3. How easy is 2nd and 3 for a Euless Trinity team?
Up the middle, grabbed from behind and held back for maybe a half-yard gain. Ronnie Edwards was there in the backfield. And this entire Timber Creek front held on for dear life.
Yeah, they're looking for number 33 now. He is a little bit more than just a lead back. Big 3rd down coming up here for the Falcons.
You talked about Timber Creek and the opportunity here to maybe get their defense off the field. A chance right now. They move Lucas Sanchez to the left side of the line, handoff up the middle, Bell twisting his way, trying to push forward. A surge from the defense to push back. It's going to depend on the spot. It's very close, but I think he's short, at least by the far side line judge.
Man, this is so close. That's a good spot, though. That's a good spot. You're going to bring it to about 4th and 1, but this is 4th and almost 2. Looks like from here, but 4th and 1.
The sticks are right at the 34, ball at the 33. Trinity's going to go for it on 4th and 1 in their own territory, and they've got the first down. Josh Bell moves the chains.
Boy, Coach Lineweaver, that is a gutsy play early in this game. How important do you think these possessions are? I'll go for it on 4th down in my own territory.
At his own 33-yard line, and they convert. Whew. Wow.
I'd have to keep a Bible in my back pocket calling plays like that, man. Goodness. That's it.
1st and 10 at the 37. They'll go to the air. Tupou pressured, dances away, fires downfield. He's got a man, knocked away, defended at the apex nicely by Elijah Wilkerson to break it up on Haymuli.
Yeah, good job by Wilkerson. He's just following Haymuli across the field. And finally, when TJ Tupou finds number 4, unloads the ball, God, you want to see your 6'4" wide receiver climb the ladder and just bring that thing down. That's an important possession right there, and really a big play that flips the field position for the Trinity Trojans.
2nd down and 10 off the incompletion. Wilkerson doing nice work there. They set up the counter play here to Bell, trying to get the near sideline. Coming forward to lay the hit. Paying for it as Bell ran him over, but still making the stop is Ian Gebhardt.
Hey, don't let the size fool you. Number 20, he's got some lead in those shoulder pads. Look at this from the little guy. Think he's just going to get out of bounds. He'll fool you and lower his shoulder pads as there is another big 3rd down coming up here for Trinity.
Under 2 minutes here in the 2nd quarter. Can Timber Creek get their defense off the field? They send the blitz over the middle, knocked away. Whistles at the snap, wipe the play away. False start on Trinity. It'll be 3rd and 11. Ethan Wright called for the false start, but it does give Trinity another chance here after a play that effectively didn't happen was stopped by Timber Creek's defense.
I love that play from number 21, Elijah Wilkerson, the safety. He recognizes it immediately, makes a play. What ends up happening, a guy like that is in those routes, he's starting to understand your route concepts, and he's going to break on one of these. They better be careful.
3rd down and 11 now. They've got to get to the 47 to move the chains. No blitz this time from Timber Creek. Flag on the play, knocked away at the line of scrimmage. We'll check the penalty flag. Everybody just waiting on word from Josh Bannerman.
There's no foul to play. 4th down.
Okay.
Down 11 for the
Our
Trojans.
Fort Worth football officials crew picking the flag up. 4th down, and Timber Creek gets the stop with a $1:53 here in quarter number 2 and 2 timeouts to work with, Heckma.
Boy, this is, as I said before, this is a Falcons offense that has quick strike ability, and they have a guy, number 1, that's back to receive the punt, Nezukama, that you better make sure you keep eyes on.
High end-over-end punt up the far sideline, bounces inside the 25 and checks up right there. They are not punting the football to number 1 if they can avoid it in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's if you know what's good for you, don't just punt the ball to number 1. So I think that's a heads-up play. But defensively, you've got to stay solid. What I've been seeing from them defensively, especially on these passing downs, they've gone more with like a 3-5-3 defense. They're keeping those safeties back deep, but these guys have got to start to make some plays defensively, because they're just letting number 1 run out into space, and he's so good as a wide receiver. He throttles down into those open areas and make plays.
They try and set up the screen here, get it to Nettles. Nettles cuts up field, lost the football. Loose at the bottom of that pile. Who ended up with the ball? An offensive lineman from Timber Creek looked to have the best beat on it, and for the 2nd time tonight, Timber Creek leaves the ball in open space, and somehow a Falcon pounces on it.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good, and that's the second fumble, as you just mentioned, that the Falcons are able to get back.
1st and 10 from the 35. Porter, again, we've seen him all night firing into double coverage. Caught. Ezukanma on the run. Dozie Ezukanma will not be caught. 65 yards. Touchdown, Timber Creek.
Hey, kick off the turn. Get ready. Kick off the turn.
As I stated, Mike, when you have a guy out on the field like Dozie Ezukanma, you cannot fall asleep versus him. This comes down to just coaching 101. You recognize that you have the big play ability of a receiver like that on the other side. You've got to make sure that you pay attention to every detail surrounding number 1. And man, they let this Falcons team off the hook and let them back into this ball game. This is a brand new game now.
21 all. 1 minute even on the clock in quarter number 2, and Timber Creek has knotted it back up. Dozie Ezukanma, the catch and run. And it's 21 all on Friday Night Football.
You need a team you can trust to prepare you for the day.
We are making sure that you have all the information you need.
Looking out for you.
So we do have the heat advisory and air quality alert in effect for today.
Bold reporting.
Reporting from Plano.
Red flag warning in place.
Dynamic coverage.
Live from Addison.
Original content.
We are staying on top of this story, of course. Be safe out there on the roads. It's going to be a great time.
I am up with Daybreak. What about you?
The YouTube comments lighting up. Atlanta Made JB says, OMG, Dozie. Germ says, he is him. Lillian Lawrence says, TCOD, what? Justin Turner says, hey, JB. Janice Felton says she loves Friday Night Football. We love y'all too. Thanks for being here tonight with us again. Share the feed around with your friends and family in the Euless Trinity and Timber Creek communities. The HEB ISD as a whole, Keller ISD as a whole, the Texas high school football community as a whole, as we've got a good one here in the opening round of the playoffs. 21 apiece in the final minute of quarter number 2 here in the bi-district round of the UIL playoffs. 6A Division I. Winner of this game moves on to face Midland Legacy in the second round. 1st and 10 for TJ Tupou and company. Handoff for Bell. Bottled up after a gain of 3.
Hey, Josh Bell's been so solid here in this first half. Again, if I'm right now, if I'm the Trinity Trojans and I'm Coach Lineweaver and I'm going into halftime and saying, guys, we had an opportunity to just blow the doors off and we let these guys back in with those penalties that we had. We got to play some disciplined football.
Hey, Mooley on the reception here. Not quite able to get away from Antoine Bridges, but he's got the first down reception, and they're across midfield already. 24 seconds left. Trinity does have all 3 timeouts, Ekman.
Man, this kid, hey, Mooley, number 4, he is, I mean, for a kid as big as he is routing these DBs up. I mean, 6'4", he has so much bend and the ability to just come out of his breaks. It's really amazing, and I'm loving to see this kid, especially the speed that he has.
Tupou setting up the screen here for Bell, undercut as Gebhardt came flying in to make the tackle. Timeout called by Aaron Lineweaver with 17 seconds left.
Man, great design of the play, but man, talking about a guy coming up and canceling Christmas is number 12, Ian Gebhardt. It's a great job of just coming up and just crashing that screenplay.
Marshall Williams is fired up about Ian Gebhardt, and the player, this kid, this sophomore, 5'7", 150-pound heat-seeking missile going at the legs of Josh Bell on that last play. But they're really excited about what he can do. He's been hurt for a lot of the year, missed 6 or 7 games for him, but they really feel that he's a dynamic player that can make an impact for them on defense, in special teams, on the offensive side of the ball even. They really like what he can do, and that's just this year. The future is bright for him going forward, junior and senior year.
Can't you tell when a coach just lights up when he's talking about a kid? And it's just that emotion, just basically saying, look, man, this kid is just all over the place. We trust him, and that's why we're allowing this kid to get this varsity time so early. Can't just keep this kid off the field.
2nd down and 17 as they play Sweet Caroline here at Pennington Field. Hey, Mooley with another catch, ducks out of bounds at the 31. 12 seconds left.
1st and 10.
I love this, though. Coach Lineweaver giving an answer back from just what they are able to do with Ezekamba. Ezekamba is just, I mean, his big play ability is insane. He's a big play waiting to happen, and someone said in the comments, he is him. Yes, he is.
1st and 10 at the 31. 12 seconds to work with, 2 timeouts left for Trinity. 3 wide receivers to the left for TJ Tupou. Pressure in his face, fires, end zone, has a man! Hauled in for the touchdown! Caleb Robinson on the receiving end. Tupou going up top with 4 seconds left in the half.
And Mike, the only way to describe this throw is a dot. This is a fade ball. I mean, he drops this thing in a bucket where only number 14 can get to it. And what a play, what an answer by the Trinity Trojans to go into the half. I love that. I love that play from Coach Lineweaver. He said, look, 1 minute left on the clock. We're going to stay aggressive, and you expect us to run the ball? Nope. I'm going to give you a lot of Hey Mooley, and I'm going to double down on some Robinson with that touchdown there at the end. Great drive by the Trinity Trojans to go up by 7 going into half.
Outstanding throw and catch by TJ Tupou and Caleb Robinson. Robinson with his 3rd touchdown reception of the year. And you said it, Tupou put it right on him. Absolutely beautifully done.
Yeah, dropped that. He dropped it right in the spot where, look, if he doesn't catch it, the ball goes out of bounds. It doesn't get any better than that. What a job right there by the Trinity Trojan offense. Again, they get the ball at halftime. It's going to be very important for them to stay aggressive. But again, I'm sure Coach Lineweaver is going to talk to them about those penalties. You cannot let this Falcons squad have any momentum or any opportunity, they will make you pay for it.
4 seconds left on the clock. Ezukanma scored the game-tying touchdown with a minute left in the half. And down the field they went in 54 seconds. This is an opportunity, trying to get to the sideline, but no farther than the 46-yard line for Adrian Corley. And that's how the half will come to an end for Timber Creek. 28-21. Euless Trinity with the lead at the break in the opening round of the playoffs on Friday Night Football.
WFAA Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses. It's the heart that makes up the game. The triumph of human spirit. It's agony and victory. Diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify communities. We give you the stats, but inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable. We bring it to you all because sports lives in all of us.
Discover WFAA Plus, a live 24-hour stream of WFAA news and exclusive digital content, all completely free. Now available on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Download WFAA Plus today.
And now, the Friday Night Football halftime show, sponsored by Golden Chick.
Proud to present the 2023 and 2024 Sky Dancers.
And first up on the Friday Night Football halftime show, the Timber Creek Sky Dancers under the direction of Lindsey Harris, to be followed by the Timber Creek Falcon Band under the direction of Brad McCann. We hope you enjoy the show.
I have my hand up. I am at 30. Yeah, if he looks to see where this trash can is right here, I'm just going to put this stuff right there by the trash can. Tell him I'm okay, well, tell him I'm including there's a charger here for the wasabi. And right. Okay. All right. Yeah, usually that one wasabi lasts them the whole game. That's weird. On the other side of the trash can. That one has a D-tap that'll work. It has a D-tap that'll go into your camera. You can use that charger to start charging up the other one. Huh? Man, speaking of, I need to change my battery. All right.
Sky Dancer officers are Captain Ansley Stanford, First Lieutenant Claudia Birch, Lieutenant Evelyn Bach, Lieutenant Allison Gutierrez, Lieutenant Bellamina Intabong, Lieutenant Ella Tuma, Stevens. This week's Sky Dancer of the Week is Ella Lynn Laughlin. This week's Spirit Girl of the Week is Savannah Moon. This week's Staff Member of the Week is Principal Sean Duhan. Thank you for creating a culture of positive school spirit. Your constant support of our program and fist bumps make an impact. The Sky Dancers are performing a pomp to X's and O's. Sky Dancers are under the direction of Lindsay Harris and Presley Watson. Sky Dancer managers are Keaton Geismer, Miralys Alfonso Rodriguez, Aubrey Gonzalez, and Leanna Vega. The Sky Dancer Diamond Level sponsors are DFW Gun Safes and Delivery, Per Year Custom Pools, and Spartan Carrier Group LLC. Ladies and gentlemen, the Timber Creek Sky Dancers.
Next up in our show this evening is a special surprise for one of our favorite Timber Creek faculty. One of the band program's biggest fans. We want to take this opportunity to thank him for his work in making the Creek a special place. He recently announced his retirement at the end of this year, and we cannot think of a better way to send him off than performing one of the band's favorite tunes, but with a twist. Here's our rendition of Hey Duhan. Falcon fans, get on your feet and cheer along to the Timber Creek High School fight song. Their support of our program. The band is under the direction of Brad McCann, assisted by Daniel Malakon, Dean Surface, Dan Shinahara, and John Krigler. The Timber Creek Marching Band would like to thank the TC Band Parent Association, administration, faculty, and staff for their support throughout the season. One more round of applause for the Timber Creek Falcon.
Our thanks to the Timber Creek Falcon Band and the Timber Creek Sky Dancers for their halftime show. Now making their way out on the field, the Trinity Trojan Band under the direction of Chris Kanicki and the Trojans Spirit and Dance Performance Group under the direction of Madeline Kuroga. We hope you enjoy the show.
Vice The Trojans would like to recognize all of their seniors for their hard work. Now, we invite you to sit back and enjoy as the Trojans perform a skirt routine to The Greatest Showman. Technicians are J.R. Alberto, Chris Jones, Simon Williams, and Adam Patterson. Marching technicians are Randy Dees and Kaylee Kanathis. Tonight is a very special night as we recognize and celebrate the incredible Trinity Band seniors. The senior students can be identified by their white plume, beret, sash, or crown. Each of these seniors have contributed an incredible amount of talent, time, energy, and devotion to the band program. Seniors, for all you have done for the band program, the directors and parents want to thank you and wish you the very best on the rest of this year and on your future endeavors. Now, under the field supervision of drum majors Chloe Builder, Caitlin Ball, Sydney Hawkins, Alana Thomas, Trinity High School proudly presents the Trojans Marching Band. Trojan marching band. The Trinity Band is sponsored by Rita's Italian Ice, Rita, Taco Casa, the Christian's Warranty, Professor Pike's Plumbing, W. Med Spa and Nails, Dr. Elliott from the Texas Health Family Care, Modern Woodland Fraternal Financial, Twice the Ice of Euless, It's Family Food and Fun, Market Impact Tea and More, and HTO. High School is Michael Martin. The Director of Visual Performing Arts is Christine Coverledge. Superintendent of HETISD is Dr. Joe Harrington.
Our thanks once again to all 4 units that we just had a chance to see take the field. Both bands, both drill teams, a fantastic halftime show here at Pennington Field. And now we roll on and take you through the first half of what we just saw between these two football teams. Heckma Harrison, 28-21, the lead for Euless Trinity at the break.
This has been one of those games that's been so back and forth. It looked like Euless Trinity was about to pull away, and the Falcons said, come back here, and we got some scoring to do. and they got behind their receiver that we came in saying that this guy was going to have a big day, and Dozie Ezekama has had a phenomenal first half.
Let's go ahead and show you the highlights from the first half between these two teams, as it is 28-21 in favor of Euless Trinity at the break. They started the scoring, Trinity did, with this touchdown run from Josh Bell from 34 yards out.
One cut and he is gone. Josh Bell has been running the rock for the Trojans, been a big part of the success that they've had, and he's one of those guys that he is full speed as soon as he takes the handoff, as you see right there, splitting defenders and walking into the end zone.
It took not even 3 minutes, though, for Timber Creek to answer back. Cameron Porter up top for Dozie Ezekama, Carson Porter for the touchdown to Ezekama, and it was 7-7.
And the sophomore operating like Cool Hand Luke there in the second quarter, as you see that on the trick play.
TJ Tupou scored on the touchdown run here from a yard out after a nice hookup over the middle, got them down to the 1 yard line. Then they took a 21-7 lead on this touchdown run here from Josh Bell.
Yeah, that was the run, I think, that really just kind of took them over the edge, and at that point you started to question whether the Falcons were going to be able to keep up with them from a momentum standpoint. It just started to look like that the Trinity Trojans are running away.
They started to find Ezekama, though. That plus a couple penalties set up A.J. Parks for the 1 yard touchdown run here to make it 21-14, and then more from Dozie Ezekama, the Oklahoma commit, going 65 yards for the game-tying touchdown with a minute left in the second quarter.
And he threw that ball, Carson Porter did, into triple coverage, and Dozie Ezekama just basically says, look, I'm going to reward you, kid, by taking a risk on me, and turns and takes it to the house.
But Trinity would answer back in that final minute of the half that they had to work with. They went down the field, and TJ Tupou dropping it on Caleb Robinson for a 28-21 halftime lead. And that is the score as we get ready to start quarter number 3. One more look as Tupou found Robinson beautifully, perfectly spotted throw. And that establishes our halftime score as we get ready for half number 2 here at Pennington Field. Heckma Harrison, let's hit one final read here and wrap up our halftime show. We'll do it just after the kickoff here, as it's fielded at the 25-yard line. A fair catch made right there, and the second half is ready.
Thank you for watching the Friday Night Football halftime show, sponsored by Golden Chick.
And it will be Euless Trinity to have the football to start this second half. They'll start from right at the 25-yard line, where that fair catch was made by Monte Easley. So Trinity with 28 first-half points. We have seen them be explosive this year, better than 44 points a game on the season. Heckma Harrison, they scored 77 against Crowley, 68 against Chisholm Trail, 55 against Pascal. This is a team that can put some points on the board. 59 against Flower Mound Marcus, a game where Josh Bell had 5 touchdown runs. This team can score. Timber Creek's going to have to keep up with them as Bell takes the first handoff, makes a man miss in the second level, and gets out across the 40-yard line.
And you see the explosion there from number 20. As I told you, man, this is what I love about this kid. He is a one-cut-and-go kind of running back, and he sidesteps right there, though, once he gets into traffic. But he is just a tough runner.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line, a 16-yard pickup to open up the second half, and he is already knocking on the door of 100 yards on the night. We'll show you our halftime stats here in a moment, maybe between first and second down if we've got a free moment. Quick snap and a little too quick. Some movement on the near side of the offensive line, and that's going to cost him 5. So let's go ahead and give you a look at those halftime stats to this point. 28-21 in favor of Trinity. The yardage very even. First downs very even. Two teams doing it in very different ways as we expected. Timber Creek all through the air. Trinity mostly on the ground really up until that final drive of the first half.
And surprising to see that 6 yards rushing, though, from the Falcons. They've been trying to run and have been sort of effective, but that 6 yards does not still say that they have. The turnovers, 0 on both sides. Trojans have had plenty of opportunities to either get on top of a fumble or catch an interception. All of those missed opportunities on the side of the guys in black. Still
waiting on the snap here. Some sorting out to be done on the far sideline between the officiating crew and, I believe anyway, the coaching staff from Timber Creek. 1st and 15, and Josh Bell again trying to knife his way through, slung to the turf by Andon Castle.
Yeah, Castle just getting his arms around the juniors. Come back here and slamming him to the ground. That's just pure strength right there. A guy that has been on starting at the linebacker since he was a sophomore. These two linebackers for the Falcons, number 23, Devin Green, and number 27, Aiden Castle, have been starting next to one another for quite some time.
2nd down and 10. They try to get to the outside for Bell. He's got the next level across the midfield stripe and into Timber Creek territory. 1st down and then some for Josh Bell.
Josh is just so good. And his ability to get to the outside and use his vision. One of those guys that very seldom does the first guy ever bring him down. Love that about his running style, and they just double down. They take him out and they bring number 22, JT Harris into the ball game. JT, a sophomore, with the same running style though as Josh Bell. It's one of those quick guys.
They'll pitch it back to him as he tries to find space on the near side. Strung out at the 40-yard line. Maybe a gain of a yard for Harris, the sophomore.
And see, what happens is JT Harris comes in. He's trying to find his spots, and that's one of those things that Bell does such a good job of doing as a junior. Great vision and just understanding where to split the defenders and go ahead and get it up in between those tackles, in between defenders, so you can get some positive yards. He'll learn that as he goes because this is a really quick kid.
They've got Ethan Wright in there to take the snap at quarterback. He's going to keep it himself after faking the handoff, lowers his shoulder, and gets across the 35 to the 33. It's going to be 3rd and short.
And Coach Lineweaver pulling out all the stops. Hey, there is no tomorrow. One of my great lines from the movie Rocky. There is no tomorrow, everything today.
One of these teams will see their season end tonight. All the seniors that have poured the blood, sweat, and tears into their respective programs. Tupou on the QB sneak, darting his way across the 30-yard line, hopping his way to 1st down yardage. But these kids have battled for their respective programs for years. Nobody wants to see their career end tonight.
No, this is and not only tonight, when you say Friday night football, we're looking all across the state here in HEB, and boy, there are a lot of stadium lights out in the distance. A ton of guys may be playing their last games as football players. It's an unceremonious ending, but it happens.
Breaking a tackle into the 2nd level goes JT Harris inside the 5.
Ian Gephardt just made a touchdown-saving tackle. Did the sophomore. Whew, and he is coming from the other side of the field. Look at Gephardt get on his horse and get that tackle.
1st and goal at the 3. Gebhardt, the sophomore, taking him down just shy of the goal line. JT Harris wanted his 8th touchdown run of the year. He'll at least have to wait one more play. He dots the I. He'll get the handoff right up the middle. Now he's got touchdown number 8 of the year. Too easy for JT Harris. Touchdown Trinity.
Hey, let JT cook. That's a guy that came in midway through after Josh Bell kind of tenderized this defense. He went ahead and put those guys in the oven, and that's the drive that the Trojans needed. I told you how dangerous it was going to be. These guys coming out at halftime and now going up by 14.
For the 2nd time tonight, it is indeed a 14-point lead for Euless Trinity. They led 21-7. Timber Creek came back to tie it at 21. Trinity answers right back, and JT Harris finishes the drive. They lead it by 2 scores early 3rd quarter on Friday Night Football.
North Texas It's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkin. Thanks, Delkus.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
First round of the playoffs here in Bedford, off in the distance, where we will be 5 weeks from now. AT&T Stadium, the road ends there for 24 teams that'll play for titles over the course of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Arlington. Ezukanma off the bounce on the kickoff return, out to the 22-yard line, and Heckma Harrison once again, Timber Creek needing to find an answer, down 14.
Yeah, and they've done a good job of answering, and a lot of it has been with the help of some of the miscues from the Euless Trinity defense. If it were not for the late hits, the personal fouls, a lot of those that were happening on drives that got them back and stole a lot of this momentum in the first half from Euless Trinity, they have to be very disciplined here in the second half and make sure that they don't wake this Falcons offense back up, because I tell you, Carson Porter, he had a ton of success, and you know where he's going with the football. He's going to number 1.
Dozie Ezukanma. This time they'll hand it off up the middle. And a nice carry on the first play of the second half offensively for Timber Creek as A.J. Parks carries for 7.
Yeah, again, keeping them honest. And that's why I said when I looked at the stats and saw that they only had 6 yards, really surprising. There were a bunch of tackles for loss that took away from the yardage that they had. So
they just doubled their rushing yardage output on one play here in the second half.
There you go.
Porter to the air now, over the middle, has a man complete, first down for Cameron Hunter.
Now this is, I tell you what, I'm loving this. And when you see this from Carson Porter, this is just 7-on-7 out here that he's running. Any periods that you have in practice where they go 7-on-7, that's all that is. And Porter's just going back there, operating on his own time clock and finding the wide open receivers. They're going to be in this mode probably to the end of the game.
48-yard line on their own side of the field. Quick throw near side. Adrian Corley makes a man miss into Trinity territory, close to, and yes, indeed, will be enough for first down yardage.
And number 3, Tyson Thomas, he's got to make this tackle. You've got to come up and you've got to get that tackle to at least not allow them to get that easy first down. I'm loving this drive, though, on the other side for the Falcons.
Realistically speaking, that's the run game for Timber Creek.
Yes.
Plays like that. Blitz coming off the edge. They throw over top of it, near side for Nettles. He'll pick up 4 or 5 on the play.
It's great recognition, though, from Carson Porter. He's throwing to the area that the blitzer is coming from, recognizing that he's going to be in a wide open space. And you're right, those are long handoffs for this offense, just allowing them more opportunity, bringing up a 2nd and 6, and again, staying on schedule for this offense.
2nd and 6, Porter swings it out far side over the head of the Darion Nettles. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
But don't look now. Dozie Ezukanma is behind the Trinity Trojan defense. And Carson Porter just not looking for him, but man, you cannot leave number 1 by himself.
Ball sits at the 36. They've got to get right to the 30 for a first down. Can they find Ezukanma here?
This is 4-down territory if I'm the Falcons.
Porter, clean pocket, fires over the middle, just missed Adrian Corley, and it's 4th down.
Boy, and he had Adrian Corley wide open. Just a ball that gets away from him, rushed it. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity.
And you can hear the Euless Trinity coaching staff saying, defense, this one. Talking about this 4th and 6 that's coming up right now.
Hey, they got to have it. Got to have it. They've gone away from that 3-5-3, playing just more of a two base now.
2 wides to either side for Porter. Fires downfield for Ezukanma, who makes the catch. Breaks a tackle. Ezukanma scored again. 37 yards. Dozie Ezukanma with his 3rd touchdown reception of the night.
This kid is something special. Hey, Brent Venables, the guy that was a GA at Kansas State when I was there, great dude. Hey, Brent, you got yourself a dog. You got yourself a dog. This guy is something special. Golly, he can't miss.
Extra point up and through. Back down to a 7-point game again as Dozie Ezukanma continues to show out on Friday Night Football. Think Timber Creek's ready for their first playoff game? Ezukanma makes it a 7-point game again.
WFAA has a legacy of changing the system.
Most recently, we did a story on ankle monitors and how they don't work, and how criminals are committing crimes with ankle monitors. And yeah, there's legislative change coming.
Our 2-year investigation caught the attention of state representatives. Now, it's a crime to cut off ankle monitors.
I want people to see things that we need to hold people accountable for.
J.T. Harris. To kick off for Timber Creek, number 37.
I'm sorry, but Dozie Ezukanma is the truth. 35-28 our score now, mid-3rd quarter on Friday Night Football. He's got 3 touchdowns tonight for the Falcons.
This guy is really unbelievable. Big body wide receiver. Everybody, even the popcorn makers in the stands, knows that number 1 is going to get the ball. You can't do anything about this kid, and how perfectly defended was that last play. We're both standing here talking to each other like, look, defender had an opportunity to come over his back, knock the ball down. Dozie just takes it in the bread basket, turns around and runs into the end zone. Man, this kid is 6 points when he wakes up in the morning. Like he's scoring. This is just who he is. His big play ability. Thank goodness we'll get an opportunity to watch this every Saturday.
He's now up to 15 touchdown receptions on the year.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
1st and 10, handoff Bell. Strung out near side and taken down for a loss of a yard.
And that's what the Falcons defense has to do. They have to stay tough up front. And you see number 11, Tristan Armstrong, doing a great job of doing this, taking care of his responsibilities and not allowing for the running back to capture the edge. You have to seal. You have to stay strong. I know that's better said than done because of how tough this offensive line is. They challenge you because they're so physically imposing.
2nd down and 11. Handoff Bell once again. This time he's able to get to the outside. Josh Bell running the ladder up the left sideline. Across midfield, flag on the play in the vicinity of a hold. I think a wide receiver hold.
They're going to get Caleb Robinson here, but Caleb is just doing a good job of blocking down the field.
Exactly right. Caleb Robinson gets called for it. I wonder if we'll see it here on this angle.
Wow. And you know, the thing is that, you know, when you don't see the arms extended or at least the defender running away with his hands up, which will tell you automatically that that's a holding penalty. It looked like a complete football play right there, and just going to eliminate a big play from Euless Trinity.
Would have been 1st and 10 across midfield for the Trojans. Instead, 2nd and 9 all the way back at their own 32-yard line.
Just got to continue to play their game. If you're Euless Trinity, you don't change a thing. You just continue to play your game because they're having a lot of success running this ball.
Tupou to the air, though, over the middle, knocked away, no flag.
Wow. a good play.
I'm honestly shocked.
Elijah Wilkerson, second time that we've seen him come over the top. It's a good play by number 21.
You can hear the Trinity fans certainly felt that was early. The disbelief on the faces of the Trinity fans on the near sideline. But no flag flies, 3rd and 9.
I'd be looking at number 4, Mooley.
Tupou on play action, looking for Mooley. Runs a great route to get open and makes the connection on the near sideline for the first down.
Mike, are you seeing this? This is, I'm telling you, this is what I'm calling, he is putting on a route running clinic. He is at the top of his route, and TJ Tupou throws this ball before he even comes out of the break. So you understand, being a former quarterback, that's just timing.
And trust.
Absolutely.
When the route is so good that you can see it as the play develops, well, I'm watching the quarterback, I'm watching the football, and I can see he just left his defender. Now Ethan Wright's going to take the straight snap, breaks a tackle, in trouble, gets up the sideline though. Look at this from Ethan Wright, turning a negative play into a positive.
And that's all on Ethan, right? Because Ethan is stopped in the backfield and looks like he's about to take a tackle for a loss. He just continues to grind and pump his legs, gets out of the clutches of a defender to turn nothing into something. This kid Jarvis Mooley is something special. This is special.
2nd down and 3, handoff Bell, lowers his shoulder, 1st down. Helmets flying all over the place. Big Toa Katoa is going to have to come off for a play.
Toa Katoa, I'm telling you, man, he is so imposing. You see the helmets come off of some of these Euless Trinity Trojan kids, and it's a baby face up underneath there, right? It's like, the kid puts his helmet on, he's like, you know, tell him what he looks like when that helmet comes off. He looks like a baby.
6'5", 397 pounds, heavily recruited. Handoff once again for Josh Bell, running to the outside, 1st down and then some. Katoa, 6'5", 397, heavily recruited, very talented kid. And when he ran to the sideline on the near side, when his helmet popped off, I think the Richter scales in California registered it.
Yeah, this is, there's not a scale in the Euless Bedford area that could get the weight on this kid. This is not no. This is and
he's special.
Looks like a baby, but he plays like a monster. That's for sure.
He's only a sophomore. He's a sophomore, and he's 6'5", 397. Yeah. How is that possible? Bell running behind him, lost his feet there. I think maybe Elijah Wilkerson may have gotten a hand on his foot.
I don't know. This kid has USC written all over him to me. I don't know why. You see a kid that size. Goodness. That is a big old kid out there.
There you go. There's Big Toa Katoa on your screen.
Gosh.
That's a big man. You want to be running behind him. And they will.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. His helmet
sweep
comes
near
off
side.
Again. Did you see 76 right there? Oh, my God. Oh, man. Look at this play. Boom. Oh, pancake time. Ouch.
Get off the tracks, baby. Oh, my goodness.
And he loses his helmet again. I'm sure the defender's like, thank God. Thank God. Please.
It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Don't let that kid, don't let him back on the field. Golly, what a load.
Heckma, the guy who comes in for him, Pauli Falahola, 6'10", 385. It's not like you're getting a break.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, you heard that right. Pauli Falahola, Number 71, a junior, is 6'10", 385 pounds. He's the reserve right tackle behind Toa Katoa.
Wait a minute. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to wait on the next play. That still doesn't register.
That's unbelievable.
What? Oh, my God.
And this is why Trinity can run the football. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Handoff Bell. This time nicely handled by this Timber Creek defense. Elijah Wilkerson, maybe a gain of 2 after his tackle.
And we have a player down on the field. Looks like that's number 27, Aiden Castle. Can ill afford to lose that guy. One of those linebackers, the staple of this defense. Started since he's a sophomore, 5'10", 220 pounds, and just one of those guys that you can depend on in the middle. Just looks like a linebacker.
Able to get up and walk off under his own power. He does have to leave for a play. He just checked with the umpire, do I have to come off the field, and got a yes. So certainly looks like a kid who's going to get back out there in pretty short order. But yeah, I mean, just to listen to Marshall Williams, their head coach, rave about their 2 interior linebackers, Devin Green and Andon Castle, and the work that they have done this year for this defense. He said those 2 guys are what makes our defense what it is.
Yeah, just so tough. Tough inside. And I mean, when you watch any film on this Timber Creek squad, 23 and 27 are 2 guys that really just pop off at you, just about how tough they are inside.
So can Timber Creek make a stop here? Late 3rd quarter, down a score. Ball sit to the 15-yard line in Falcon territory. Trinity on the march. Josh Bell behind Tupou. He'll get the handoff on the counter. Fights his way forward inside the 10. It's going to be 3rd and short.
And they can do that to you on 2nd down. I mean, that is the back-breaking thing. You get these guys in a 2nd and 8 situation, and they can, 5-6 yards to bring up a 3rd and 2?
Mm-hmm.
That's demoralizing as a defense.
Third and 2, Tupou quickly to the line, straight eye behind him, handoff Bell, lots of space, Bell inside the 5, reaching for the goal line, just short.
Bell looked like he was twisting and turning down at the 1-yard line. Look at this replay here. Does that knee go? No, his elbow goes down right at the 1. That's all that offensive line. This offensive line is just pulverizing right now.
A 99-yard march to the other end of the field. It'll be 1st and goal on the first play of the final period. Trinity up 7, threatening for more as we head to the final frame on Friday Night Football.
You need a team you can trust to prepare you for the day.
We are making sure that you have all the information you need.
Looking out for you.
So we do have the heat advisory and air quality alert in effect for today.
Bold reporting.
Reporting from Plano.
Red flag warning in place.
Dynamic coverage.
Live from Addison.
Original content.
We are staying on top of this story, of course. Be safe out there on the roads. It's going to be a great time.
I am up with daybreak. What about you?
Hey, kickoff, start walking that way. Kickoff.
Tracy Smith in the YouTube comment says, go score, Trinity. Atlanta Made JB says, call a penalty, they're holding. Timber Creek fans want and need a stop here as we start the 4th quarter. Falcons down 7, Trinity with 1st and goal inside the 1-yard line.
Well, I would agree with you on that. It's just that I would say this also, this offensive line for the Trinity Trojans is just that good. And I'm not running anywhere except for behind number 76. I mean, the rest of these guys are big and physically imposing, but I tell you, the guy that wants it is at the right tackle position.
Philip Tuipulotu just to his left at right guard, 6'3", 322. It's going to be Tupou on the quarterback sneak. In he goes. Second time today, Tupou scores from a yard out, and it's a 2-score lead once again for the Trinity Trojans.
You call it the brotherly shove or whatever you want to call it. Just to say, get behind those 5, and there's no way they can stop you from getting 1 yard. They are going to get into the end zone. This offensive line is just way too good.
Player down after the play here for Timber Creek. Looks like just a cramp.
Hank, you think about this. The last fourth quarter of Friday Night Football for the season, we opened up that first game. It's what, 98 degrees, probably 100.
Oh, if you remember right, was this week 1?
Yes.
They pushed kickoff back to 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Because of the heat. It was like 108 that day.
108. So I think at kickoff, we might have been, that's where they're going with the wet bulb, whatever that is. But it's like 98 degrees, 104 down on the field. Cramps galore. That's all we were talking about, is make sure these guys are hydrated. And the weather has dropped significantly, okay? I think we're looking right at about 52 degrees right now here in Dallas. But, man, still just a hard-fought battle of a game. And good to see number 54 up and on his feet and on his way to the sideline.
Colin Vega back on his feet. Go ahead and give you a look back at the season that we have lived through here on Friday Night Football. That Argyle-Melissa game as they opened up Melissa's brand new Kenny Deal Stadium. We had the pleasure to be there for that one. South Oak Cliff with a very impressive performance against Lancaster that September 1st Friday night. Stephenville Decatur 56-55.
Oh my God.
Through a 3-hour lightning delay ending at 12 after 1 in the morning was one of the epic nights of the year, as was the very next week. Anna and Salina playing into 4 overtimes. Extra point here from Euless Trinity is up and through. A 42-28 lead now here for the Trinity Trojans. If we can pull that back up, we can kind of relive the season a bit more. You see Euless Trinity there on your screen. We saw them earlier this year, their game against North Crowley it did turn out to be effectively a district championship game. North Crowley finished 7-0 and as the top team in the district. Trinity finished as the number 2 team in the district with a 5-2 record. Jesuit Highland Park, a very good game at SMU, 15-13 Highland Park hanging on for the win in that one. We saw the number 1 team in 3AD2, Gunner, look like the number 1 team on the planet that night against Bells. Aledo, a state title favorite, comfortably over Burleson Centennial. Mansfield Summit with a very nice showing over Everman a couple weeks back. The game that we both will look back on, I think, fondest all season long, Duncanville DeSoto on a Saturday, lightning delayed to that Saturday afternoon. That was a special, special night. We'll talk more about that one in a little bit, but for right now, 42-28 the tally. And once again, Timber Creek finds themselves needing to come back from down 2 scores. They've done it once tonight. Kickoff from their own 14, taken by Ezukanma. Makes the first man miss. Dozie Ezukanma slung down at the 32-yard line. Every time he touches the football, it's a threat to go to the house.
Yeah, and you can tell everyone here for Euless Trinity, when they see number 1, they just hold their breath. It's like, oh God, he's got the ball again. Don't let him score. That's so good. And I know for sure if I'm Coach Williams on the other side, I'm like, look, let's just nix the running game. Let's put this ball up in the air. Let's get our playmaker the ball.
What does Timber Creek have with 11:50 left in the 4th? Down 2 scores. Porter throws far side, too tall, intended for Corley.
Yeah, Corley, the junior, he's also one of the future of this Falcons offense. Big play kid also. They usually have he and Ezekama on opposite sides of the field. As they come out in the Twins formation.
Porter just a sophomore. They expect a lot from him. Over the middle, too tall for Cameron Hunter. And it falls harmlessly incomplete, but it's third down.
And look at the defensive adjustment that the Trinity Trojans have made. This is what you call the double team, baby. They are coming with a guy playing press coverage, and they're going with the safety rolled over the top. Not gonna risk it. See if they do it again. They're bringing number 21 up to the line of scrimmage. And that's Dontrell Johnson. Nope, they're not going with the double team now on third down.
They only send 4 on the rush over the middle. This time the completion is made to Cameron Hunter, but he's taken down immediately. Tackle made by Moatow, and it's going to be fourth down in 6 or 7, it looks like.
Yeah, got to do it. Got to do it.
I'm just at, do you have to do it? There's still 11 minutes left in the game. It's a 2-score game.
Sense of urgency is there. I think you just feel like the defense can't get you any stops right now.
From their own 34. Porter taken down. The ball's out. Scooped up. It's going to be Trinity ball, first and goal. The Trojan defense gets to Porter, the strip sack. And the Trojans take over.
Not sure if Porter was trying to get rid of that at the last minute. Wanted to see this review.
Turnover, Trinity has the ball, first and goal.
Oh, ball comes out. Ball comes out. That's a good job by the Trojans defense.
Kylan Fia with the fumble recovery to bring it inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. First and goal, Euless Trinity. On the hunt for a knockout punch. Tupou, handoff. Wide open spaces for J.T. Harris and the touchdown.
And you see big number 76 right there bouncing up and down. This offense, man, has been clicking here in the second half. They've come out with all of the momentum and nothing that the Falcons can do to get a stop here. What a showing by Euless Trinity.
Extra point is good. 49-28, Euless Trinity with the defensive stand and the J.T. Harris touchdown run, his second of the night. And it's a 3-score lead for the first time today for the Trinity Trojans. They can smell the second round now on Friday Night Football.
North Texas, it's a hot one today. If you're planning on taking the pups out, make sure to protect their paws. That asphalt is going to be hot.
Thanks, Delkin.
Possibly the most loved and hated man in North Texas. Whatever the weather brings, we bring the Delkus.
J.T. Harris has 2 touchdown runs on the night. T.J. Tupou has 2 touchdown runs on the night. Josh Bell has 2 touchdown runs on the night. And Tupou to Caleb Robinson, the 7th touchdown. And it's 49-28 in favor of Trinity with 10:48 to play here in the fourth quarter in the season finale of Friday Night Football. A player down here after the play, it looks like for Timber Creek.
Yeah, I didn't see what, I believe it was 6.
It does look like it's Cameron Hunter. See, he's holding his left eye, or excuse me, his right eye. Although now that I say that, he's also reaching for his right leg.
It's unfortunate, and I'm looking at the play the whole time, and just non-contact. Those are the worst kind. You see a guy go down, grabbing at his knee. Hope he's okay.
Cameron Hunter did not have the ball, but he was out in front of it.
Yeah. A lot of times what happens, you bang knees in situations like that, and sounds like something completely innocent, but if you've ever gone knee to knee with someone, you know how painful that is. Your leg goes dead. Awful feeling.
And Cameron Hunter, the junior wide receiver who's been one of the best players all season for Timber Creek, heads to the sideline. Certainly would seem that his evening is over. You hope that that's the extent of it. After the return, it will be 1st and 10 for Timber Creek with the ball at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, hope he's okay.
This is a Timber Creek offense already playing without Caleb Menji, one of their key wide receivers in the slot. He was hurt for today. They set up the screen here for Nettles. Nettles up the far sideline, has blockers in front into Trinity territory in one play. But Timber Creek down 3 scores. Heckman now needs to really fly.
No, they really do. And I tell you what, I've been really impressed with number 22, Darian Nettles, and just being that change of pace running back to A.J. Parks. But these guys kind of look the same, have them listed at 5'9", 165. So I don't know if A.J. Parks is just changing his jersey every other possession. But
they do look awfully alike. They run alike. It's very, it's sometimes tough to tell who's who. Nice throw and catch up the near side. Adrian Corley on the receiving end. Porter put it right on him, and it's 1st and 10 inside the 15.
Also could have been a penalty. A lot of hand fighting going up the sideline. Great job by the junior. Talk about him being the future. To Dozie Ezekama, the senior that's graduating and going on to OU. That's a good job by number 3, Adrian Corley. Keeping it one hand free.
Timber Creek doing what they need to do here, scoring quickly as they go right up the middle here with Nettles. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
This is exactly what they needed to do. No time to relax if you're Euless Trinity. No time to relax at all. This is a team that can get the ball up and down the field on you. And I'm loving the energy that this offense has come out with. They are not hanging their helmets up. They are saying, look, we can make this a ball game. We just got to stay in and keep scoring.
Just a minute and 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Eventually they're going to stop the clock here. 9:45 is when they finally stop it. A minute and 7 seconds after Trinity scores. Into the end zone goes Timber Creek, and it's back down to a 2-score game.
Then just like that. And you've asked the question. You said, look, will they be able to answer? And so often in this game, after 4 quarters, we've seen them when they've needed to get a score, they've gone to the well and they've pulled out water. This is another one of those examples of getting your playmakers the ball. They've become heavily reliant on Dozie Ezekamba. You see the double team moving over to his side. What do they say? We got a one-on-one matchup on the other side with number 3, Adrian Corley. We're going to get him the ball and get a score.
Officially a minute and 7 seconds off the clock between the 2 touchdowns. Timber Creek has to have an awful lot go right for him over this final 9 minutes and 45 seconds, but with 3 timeouts and still a decent chunk of time on the clock, their hopes are alive.
Well, here's the thing. If you're Euless Trinity, what you got to do is if you come out here, you get a score, you can basically seal the deal, but you can't give up a minute. You can't give up a minute touchdown. You know, you can't do that. But you definitely can seal the deal. You can make it tough.
Colin Bruce in the YouTube comments says, game's not over, fam. Do you consider an onside kick? I know it's very early, but going back to the conversation we just had about them going for forward on fourth down deep in their own territory that eventually led to the 7th touchdown of the night for Trinity, are you worried that you can't stop them defensively? So do you?
All things on the table.
Looks like they're at least considering it. It is indeed an onside kick and covered nicely by Trinity. Knifing forward to grab a hold of it before it even got to 10 yards is Gordon Moatow.
Man, and Moatow is on the hands team. That's a big kid, soft hands, and able to get that ball. That's why I never could play baseball. I couldn't ball coming at me that I just couldn't do it.
It was a pretty good onside kick from Sebastian Luton. It took that third high hop and just played well by Moatow.
Playing in the infield, shortstop in, I just couldn't do it, man. The ball's coming too fast. It's a great job.
So now Timber Creek has to bow up. Handoff Bell. Falls forward to the 45, a gain of 2.
Not bad. Bringing up a 2nd and 8, and you said it. They have to bow up, and you see right there on that first possession.
2nd down and 8 at the Timber Creek 45.
Got guys flying into position to make tackles. Let's see what they can do here on 2nd down. I've said it several times. They have picked up chunk yardage on 2nd down with Bell. Been the difference. Converting 2nd and 8, making 2nd 8s turn into 3rd and 1s.
2nd and 8 here. Near side toss. Bell into the 2nd level. Look at the burst from Josh Bell out of bounds inside the 25.
It's devastating when you're able to get a stop, get a guy on 1st down and just bring him down for a 2-yard gain, and then on 2nd, they go with just a counter play coming around the edge, and there's nothing that your defenders can do. You're outflanked. They have you blocked up so well, and that's just a tremendous gain right there by Euless Trinity.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Beg your pardon, 22-yard line. Under 9 minutes to play. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. Handoff up the middle. And on the dive right up the gut goes Michael Safi inside the 15. A gain of 8 on 1st down.
And those were Buddy Leota's carries, and now they go with Safi on 1st down, and a gain of 8. This kid, I'm telling you, I'm going to leave this game talking about this kid number 4, Jarvis Hay-Mooley. He's had himself quite an evening.
2nd down and 2 on the counter. Handoff Bell. Falls forward, close to 1st down yardage. Yes, indeed, line judge says 1st down.
1st down. And you know what that does also for Trinity? Keeps that clock moving. It's exactly what you need.
Under 8 minutes to play. Timber Creek right now, you got to imagine, is thinking strip the football.
Yeah, you got to create a turnover some kind of way. If they score here, it's going to put you in a really tough position.
2 minutes have ticked off the clock so far on this possession. Ethan Wright back in there to take the snap. Hands off for Bell. Running backward, trying to get the corner, will not.
And that's just a running back that believes in his speed. You see him running backwards. He's saying, look, I'm just trying to create some more space to get around this corner. But, man, too many white shirts out on that side. But running out of bounds stops the clock.
Loss of 4 on the play, and the clock stops. 2nd down and 14. It's Ethan Wright still in there at quarterback. He'll take the snap and keep it himself. Patiently gets across the 15 down to the 11.
Ethan Wright, quarterback, number 5 with the carry.
It's going to be 3rd down and 9, and that clock will continue to burn.
Number 5, along with
And that's, if you're Trinity, that's exactly what you want. Just continue to tick away. But this Falcons defense, they not only have to try and come up with a stop, but also try and get the ball back for their offense if they can. So as you mentioned before, stripping the ball is very, very important here with 6:52 left in the fourth quarter. A lot to be played for those guys out there on the field.
Will Aaron Lineweaver and offensive coordinator Rodney Bartholomew consider going to the air here on a 3rd and 9? Tupou under center, toss back for Bell. He's going to throw it. End zone, wide open for the touchdown. Trinity with the trick play, and Cohen Fia on the receiving end. That's the nail in the coffin for the Trojans.
I don't know how many touchdowns that Fia has, but I'm telling you, this ball head was in the air for an eternity for number 89, and he is thanking his lucky stars that he's able to get that catch. That is a great job on that drive, and Coach Lineweaver pulling out all the stops. Told you it was going to be some trick plays that were going to happen today with the familiarity between these two programs. They both have come with them today.
Bell to Cohen Fia, and Trinity leads by 21 mid-4th quarter on Friday Night Football.
You need a team you can trust to prepare you for the day.
We are making sure that you have all the information you need.
Looking out for you.
So we do have the heat advisory and the air quality alert in effect for today.
Bold reporting.
Reporting from Plano.
Red flag warning in place.
Dynamic coverage.
Live from Addison.
Original content.
We are staying on top of this story, of course. Be safe out there on the roads. It's going to be a great time.
I am up with daybreak. What about you?
Drive capped off there by Fia with a pass from Josh Bell. Doesn't happen any better than that as the Trinity Trojans now go up by 3 scores.
Trinity to kick it away from his own 25 out to the 34 in the hands of Gebhardt. But Heckma Harrison, Trinity with the trick play. Bell to Fia on the halfback pass. Still 6 minutes and 20 seconds left in the football game, but I'm thinking that might be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, here's the thing. You need a lot of things to go your way. And the things that you need to go your way is getting stops and turnovers on defense, which you haven't been able to get that in this game. But if Timber Creek can score in 1 minute and 2 seconds again, and obviously that changes everything, and then they have the onside kick at their disposal. So, well, it could be interesting.
1st and 10 from their own 34. It's been all Carson Porter tonight, and he fires deep downfield. He collided with the official. Ezukanma was the intended target. And now both Ezukanma and the back judge, Joe Parks, are down after the play. Ezukanma now back on his feet and walking it off. Parks is still down.
Well, I'll tell you, we've seen some things happen in Texas high school football, and guess we'll add that to the list.
I don't know if this angle is going to show. You don't see the collision. You saw Ezukanma kind of reach for his back. Parks is now back on his feet, the back judge.
Man, we get Graham goes down tonight. Back judge goes down. What's going on?
Yeah, we do have to circle back at some point to the video of our cameraman, Graham Rayner, taking a tumble as the play came his way earlier on tonight.
Trust me, Graham's never been tackled on the field ever in his life. Okay, except for tonight.
Come on, man.
Ask him.
Good to see that both Ezukanma and our back judge, Joe Parks, have come out of that okay. They throw far side, knocked away as they tried to find Corley. Dontrell Johnson breaking it up. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Is there anything better than the pageantry of Texas high school football, man?
I don't know if that's the goodbye song, but I tell you what, they woke this band up.
3rd down and 10. To the air again, over the middle, complete. Gebhardt on the receiving end, and it's a 1st down in Trinity territory.
And that's why Coach Williams is so excited about this kid. Just smart route runner, and he takes a lick, holds on to the ball.
Gebhardt's the young man that they told us about that they would use on offense at some point tonight. You said kind of a secret weapon a little bit, and he pops up here in the 4th quarter with a big 3rd down reception. To the air again for Porter. Ezukanma complete. Inbounds, wind the clock. They'll mark him down at the 34, short of the line to gain.
Really impressed by this kid. Ezukanma. He's a big wide receiver. But the other thing I love about him, Mike, he ain't dropped anything.
Second down and 2, 5 minutes to play as the Trinity band and student section continue to just roll on over the middle, intercepted. Picked off on the bounce by Caden Donaldson.
The coach forgets that he's wearing a boot and tries to jump with one of the players. Oh, God. Texas high school football at its finest. This is just, don't tell me that this doesn't mean anything. Look at this interception here from Donaldson. He's running off the field. Here's his coach. You notice the coach is wearing a boot. Coach, I don't know if the doctor told you or not, but you can't do that and then live over to the side.
He's going to be in the boot for 6 extra weeks after that.
It's done. Oh, man.
Ethan Wright now off to the races on the first play of the series, and if the nail wasn't already in the coffin, it is now. Ethan Wright inside the 5, out of bounds, 1st and goal.
Oh, Ethan. Ethan's gone. Right about here, Mike. Ethan is to the house. He's already got his caption on his Instagram already ready to go. He's typing it up in his head right there. He's already looking. Hey, nothing but gaslight emojis, nothing but fire behind him, and you get caught at the 1-yard line. Come on, Ethan.
Officially marked out of bounds at the 2, an 81-yard carry right up the middle. Sets up 1st and goal, and Trinity about to put this one away with under 4.5 to play. 1st and goal, Tupou, hands off, Josh Bell vultures the touchdown from Ethan Wright.
So Josh, go ahead and make the caption for Ethan, okay? Go ahead and share it. All right, just share it. This is like it's both ours because you just put the bow on it. He did all the rapping. That's kind of like how my wife does for Christmas. I take all the glory. But it's just one of those moments, man, where, man, this is a complete team victory for Euless Trinity, man. What a job.
.63 on the board for Euless Trinity. This game was tied at 21.
Yeah.
It was 35-28.
Yeah. What a game.
Midway through the 3rd quarter, but Trinity turned it on in a big way. A team that has scored big-time points this year on a number of occasions. 59 against Flower Mound Marcus, 55 against Pascal, 68 against Chisholm Trail, 77 on the road at Crowley, now 63 tonight. And they are set to move on to the 2nd round of the UIL 6A D1 playoffs.
And they're doing this on the ground. They are doing this on the ground, Mike. And, you know, look, when they've gotten into some binds, they've thrown the ball and they've gone to, you know, their guy, Mooley, and obviously Caleb Robinson has also had a big day, but it has been on the ground. Josh Bell and JT Harris, man, just, you know what you're going to get when you see this Trinity Trojan squad. If you're going to practice, try and simulate what they're doing, just play with 2 extra offensive linemen. and just, you know, and practice like that. I mean, make it all Oklahoma drills all week because they are running ISO. And I think in a lot of offenses that you're used to seeing a spread concept, they're going to line up with a fullback. They're going to go under center with TJ Tupou, and they're going to run a A-gap ISO block on you. And if your middle linebacker is at all a little faint of heart, you're going to have a long night because you're going to have to take that thing on. Buddy Leota he's coming. And I mean, he is one of those guys that really sets the tone for how physical he is. But this offensive line, I am so impressed with the job that they've done here today. We got an opportunity to see them versus North Crowley, and I am not even arguably, North Crowley is one of the good teams in 6A. They will.
Oh, one of the very good.
One of the teams that is, you know, going to make a march towards AT&T Stadium. And man, even with that loss, there were just some elements of their game where you're just like, man, this is a good team. And Coach Lineweaver, man, he is the man for this job. He understands this community, but what a coaching job here today.
This is a Euless Trinity program that lost last week against LD Bell for the first time since 1997. 3rd down and 5 here. They do, for the first time today, bring Anderson Lewis on the field. He throws for the first down to A.J. Parks. Trinity lost last week to LD Bell. I talked before the game with Josh Bell about that game and kind of the psyche of the team, and he said they're focused. That kind of refocused them. He said we've heard about it on social media all week long from the kids from Bell about how the fact that they finally got us. They didn't want to go out like that as Ezukanma makes another catch and gets free up the sideline for another first down for Timber Creek. They didn't want to go out like that. They didn't want their legacy to be, hey, we're the first team to lose to LD Bell in a generation. They wanted to come out and make a statement here in the playoffs, and they've done that tonight.
Did you get the impression when talking to Coach Lineweaver that he was a little sour about that loss too?
I think they all are.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he didn't want to talk about it. He kept bringing it up. He's just like, you know, look, I don't want to really talk about it.
What a run this is from A.J. Parks for a first down.
Yeah, that was, you hit a nerve. That was a sore spot for Coach. Coach was not, he did not love that at all. But, man, way to bounce back as a program. Sometimes, man, you have a disappointing loss going into the playoffs. Kind of change your perspective about your team, but also allow you to refocus. And you could tell, he said it, man, we've had a great week of practice. Everybody is dialed in, and that's exactly what you want. This is an impressive playoff victory for the Trojans.
Meanwhile, A.J. Parks just keeps ripping off first down carries here, one after the next for Timber Creek. There's obviously not enough time on the clock to make up a 28-point margin, but credit to the Falcons. They are still battling here on this drive as Lewis, the senior, plays out this drive at the quarterback position. He'll throw for it, tipped and diving for the interception. Did he make the catch? Yes, he did. Getting his hands underneath it just barely for a beautiful pick is Caleb Adam.
Well, they have had a bunch of opportunities and finally taken full advantage of it on a tip pass. Caleb Adam just, man, they have shut the door on any opportunities here for the Falcons.
Timber Creek does still have 3 timeouts left if they want to use them, as Trinity takes over at their own 2-yard line, right up the right side there, over right tackle for a gain of 4 on the play. The handoff went to Oliver Barnhill as Trinity gets some reserves in the game.
43 lineman Hicks off the 7-yard line, 2nd down.
Impressive win. Tell you what, Mike, impressive season of high school football, partner. We've been on quite a run.
It's been a fun ride.
Yeah, fun ride, man, and some great games, great crew. I mean, I don't know what next year is going to be like. I'm just going to take an opportunity just to take a deep breath. This is like skydiving every week. And finally, it's like, what is going to happen next? Every week has been so exciting. I mean, you were going through the season that we had, and I look no further. That Stephenville game for me, the Lightning game, that was one of those moments where delayed, and we're sitting there, and I think we just all kind of said to each other that we're not leaving until this is done.
If memory serves, a 3-hour and 20-minute Lightning delay.
But just the commitment from the crew and everybody that night, it told me right there, I'm like, man, I'm with the right people, man. These guys are in it to win it. They're not going to stop until the job is done. And the next day, I told you, man, I was at a game. I had to do a college game the next day in Stephenville at Tarleton. And everybody that I saw was mentioning that game. You guys stayed there for 5 hours. We thank you so much for making sure that we had eyes on that game. But for all of you, I mean, it's just been phenomenal season.
Trinity got the first down. That's enough to run out the clock, and this one is final. 63-35, the score in favor of the Trinity Trojans, and they move on to the second round of the playoffs. A complete effort from Aaron Lineweaver's club. Josh Bell with 3 touchdown runs on the day. JT Harris had 2. TJ Tupou had 2. We saw Bell throw for a touchdown to Cohen Fiafia. Tupou had a touchdown pass late in the first half, and that one, heck, I feel like was really impactful in the flow of this game for the Trojans to be able to race down the field and score right before halftime to lead 28-21 at the break. That was kind of a backbreaker for Timber Creek.
Yeah, it was. And so many of those moments that happened in this game that I thought, look, Timber Creek had every opportunity, but it was like every time that they scored, Trinity would come back and score as well. So every time they got a little bit closer, they would make the plays to get them off of their back. I mean, this is just a battle-tested and very resilient group for the Trinity Trojans. And again, this is a complete win. I mean, they stayed balanced front and back. But offense, defense, and special teams, they made the plays that they needed to make. And big number 76 right there. What a mountain of a young man. That kid can eat a lot of oatmeal.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the updated bracket now in 6A Division I, Region 1. Again, this is the bottom half of Region 1. Euless Trinity in bold, moving on to the second round. They will play Midland Legacy in the area round. On the opposite side, Allen and Arlington Martin will play, and winners will square off in the regional semifinals. Euless Trinity, a program that is very used to making deep postseason runs. They hope just started another one.
Yeah, this is one of those teams that, you talk about the points, 63 points, and that's just a complete grind. When you come up against these guys, you have to match that intensity that they bring to you. There's the Trojans, man, and it's a 4-quarter situation with them. I do not doubt for a second that the Falcons knew what kind of game that they were going to be in for. But I think one thing is preparing for it through film. You try and emulate it in practice, but when it's live and in front of you and it's continuing to pound on you, it's a different thing. It's gold ball season in Texas. Look, if you get 5 more of these, you know where you're at, right?
We showed it to you earlier. AT&T Stadium just up the road. These teams are vying to get to that stage. Couple of stats that are worth throwing at you real quick. Josh Bell, 26 carries, 186 rushing yards, and 3 touchdowns. Ethan Wright, 5 carries for 109. JT Harris, 7 carries, 70 yards, and 2 touchdowns. There you saw AT&T Stadium on your screen. Meanwhile, Dozie Ezukanma for Keller Timber Creek in his final game as a Falcon before he heads off to Norman, Oklahoma. 9 receptions, 209 yards, and 3 touchdowns, Ekman Harrison.
Oh, my God. Look, Dozie Ezukanma he's going to be someone that you're going to see on your television screen for a couple years in high school. For a couple of years in college. And who knows from there? I've stopped making pro predictions a long time ago with high school athletes.
His brother's already there.
I'm not going to do that. What I am going to say is that at 6'4", the only thing that this kid can do is get bigger, faster, and stronger. And that's just a scary thought from what I just saw.
63-35 the final score, though, as Euless Trinity singing their alma mater with their T's in the air, moving on to the second round of the UIL 6A Division I playoffs. For our entire Friday Night Football crew, not just tonight, but all season long, Director Clay Marshall, photographers Graham Rayner and Lance Martin tonight, photographers through the season, Cody Pryor, Guy Opper, Dwayne Watkins, Wade Reeves, and Jeremy Taub. Digital coordinators, Pete Friedman, Jay Wallace, Paul Wedding, Paul Livengood, and Breon Hawkins. Producer Andrew Seeley, graphics coordinator Emil Miralda, and the one and only Ekman Harrison alongside. I'm Mike Leslie. So long from Pennington Field, where the final score one more time, 63-35, as the football comes right into your living room. Look out, Graham Rayner. Euless Trinity moving on to the second round of the playoffs. Gold balls in the air for the Trojans. Tees up indeed. All our Friday Night Football broadcasts stream live and are archived on the WFAA YouTube channel and on the WFAA Plus app. This has been a presentation of WFAA TV.